What is up, everybody? It is Bucky by himself. I am the functional gentleman tonight. And as you can see, we are having a virtual happy hour. I am excited about this one. This is a first-time guest, and from what I understand, his first time ever on a podcast or a vodcast or a live stream, whatever you want to call it. So, without further ado, since we're going to get this thing rolling right now, just real quick, we may or may not have Roy join us a little bit later. I'm not sure. He is in an undisclosed location. So, I am going to go ahead and queue up Mr. Jake Booker from Alabama. Let's see. Hey, there he is. Look at that beautiful man. How are you this evening?
Good.
Good. How's the weather? How's the weather in Bama?
About how it is in Texas.
Okay, so about the same.
Rainy and cold.
Yeah, right. So I promised the good feller Shawan that I would rock his hoodie the first chance I got on this show, but it is so humid. Like I'm gonna have back sweat by the end of this episode. So
Let's be honest. When do we not have that?
right, we're all like we like to call it FGOC, fat guys on camera. It's all good though. So real quick, if you don't mind, just kind of let everybody know who you are, where you're from. I know I've kind of already said it, and also something I'm curious of is how you found our little show.
Well, my name's Jake Booker. I'm from Alabama, the butthole of the United States. I'm originally from Tennessee, though, as you can kind of see. And I found these guys' show from Bucky. We were on the same Discord for that one dude Ryan, and we just kind of hit it off and started tuning into their show and trolling them relentlessly. I guess he liked it, right? Having me on the show today.
Right. I guess you're all right. I'm Roy chimed in. He's watching, so he said I'm not digging that Tennessee shirt.
Well, guess what, Roy? You're not here.
Golly. So just to kind of keep it rolling here, something else I had written down. Let's see. Something I always like to ask our guest is kind of your origin story. So for you, I mean, obviously it's a little different with a distillery. They can kind of go through how they got started and all that good stuff. But something I'm curious about with you is how did you get into whiskey? What was kind of your gateway whiskey, and just kind of expand on it from there?
Well, it's kind of weird. So, like, even, as most college kids do, I was a terrible person. And I drank the worst possible you could ever drink in your entire life. Like, stuff that probably wouldn't even be considered whiskey now.
Right.
But then I kind of got a taste of the good stuff, quote unquote, when one of my friends at work brought me a sample of Eagle Rare, of all things. And
nice.
I took a sip and I was like, oh, so that's what good whiskey's supposed to taste like. And then I discovered that one dude Ryan and some other whiskey TikTok folks, and it was a downhill spiral from there on to 30 bottles real quick.
It happens fast.
It happens very fast. My wife does not understand it. She just understands money is leaving our bank account at a rapid pace.
Right, exactly. But one of the things I like to say is it's not hoarding if it's whiskey. So
I will say I am not that quote unquote whiskey guy.
Right.
One of my bottles is open.
Yes.
There is nothing unopened over here.
And I like that because I am the same exact. I mean, I may have a couple of unopened bottles. I'm sure my wife would find them quickly. But I do end up opening everything.
Yeah. And I have also discovered my flavor profile for my palate is definitely Texas whiskey. Specifically, since it's within an arm's reach, we're just going to...
Okay.
Just Mr. Balcones.
Oh, is that the store pick rye that you nonstop talk about?
It's definitely that one, because that is probably my favorite whiskey I have had in a long time.
Awesome.
So,
let me see if I can make these comments bigger because I cannot read to say I can't see this far away. I'm sitting at the back of the studio, whereas normally I'm sitting over here, so everything's a little closer. All right, so Roy said he just had a pour of the Knob Creek 9-year. That's nice.
That's good.
That Knob Creek's is always a solid pour.
Definitely a solid pour under $100 for sure.
Hey, Blythe is tuning in. We all know Blythe from the Discord. He said, I have... Oh, man, I cannot read that far. Just because I haven't thought of... Oh, so I'm assuming I have 2 unopened bottles because I haven't thought about them.
That means they probably weren't good to begin with.
Yeah, if you're not super excited about them... Oh, shit.
I have a couple of bottles like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what he said. Correct. So we joke about it all the time. We call it Abalaba, and it's kind of the trash of whiskey hunting. But if you can, so we know you're going to have a little bit of negative things to say. But if you could just kind of describe and maybe put a little bit of a positive twist on it. Just kind of walk people through what it's like bourbon hunting in Alabama.
So to lay the groundwork on that first, so Alabama is a control state.
Okay.
All liquor that is brought into the state has to be purchased through the state of Alabama. So even if you do a store pick with a distillery, you have to get a loan from ABC to buy. They have to buy it in their name, has to be sent to ABC and then distributed to your store.
Okay.
So a lot of places just don't bother with store picks because you're having to pay an ABC upcharge.
Right.
To have the money. So basically you're paying a loan with interest to do store picks. So we just don't get a lot of good picks of Penelope, for instance, or we don't get like the store picks of Balcones and stuff like that. Like most of my hunting happens in Texas, or not Texas, Tennessee. It will happen in Tennessee. Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
No. So in Alabama, you're basically going to find basic stuff.
Okay.
I am blessed with the opportunity that my wife is from Tennessee, so we're up there visiting family often. So
right.
I'm able to get things that I can't get here.
Okay.
So,
and about how far is the drive when you go to Tennessee? Because if in my head, I mean, for me, I can't just hop in the car and go to Tennessee.
Well, actually, the Tennessee state line is 15 minutes from my house.
Oh, dang.
So it is. Nashville is only an hour and a half.
So I probably passed right by your house on my way home from Tennessee because when we came home a couple years ago, we came down through that top little piece of Alabama.
You probably went through a little town called Florence or Muscle Shoals.
Possibly. I probably blinked.
Probably. Well, they're not. Actually, it's not that little, though. The town that I live in is fairly big. It has very deep music history, actually.
That's pretty cool.
Rolling Stones recorded in Muscle Shoals. Respect by Aretha Franklin is recorded in Muscle Shoals.
Interesting.
So it's a lot of for a long time, and this is also where Leonard Skinner was discovered too. Was actually here. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Very nice history. So real quick, Blythe said he's going to need your help because he's going to Tuscaloosa in May.
Don't go. Don't go.
He said, and then right after that, he said, "Alabama sounds horrible."
Don't go to. That's my. I'm saying it in jest because Tuscaloosa for other reasons, but there are independent liquor stores here that you can find things. You just really have to look, and you have to get very lucky.
So when you say, so how does that work? If you're a state controlled liquor place, but you also have private.
So privately owned liquor stores have to purchase their alcohol through the ABC board.
Okay.
But they can be privately owned, privately funded. The money can be privately funded.
Right.
They have to go to ABC and say, hey, we want this, this, and this from your allocation. Or we want this, this, and this from your spirit list of what you bought to bring into the state.
I got you.
So that's what Matt from Penelope talks about it, that, people get upset because they can't find American Light Whiskey, or they can't find Valencia, or they got mad because they couldn't find Rio because it was never actually distributed in their state.
Yeah.
Because ABC decided, you know what, we don't want to spend money with you. So no one gets to get it.
Okay. Nobody gets it. A couple more comments. Clint is actually involved with a pick of Detling out of Alabama right now, and there are tons of red tape with ABC. So that.
Oh yeah, it's a whole other ball game moving liquor out of Alabama.
Wow.
Because
that's crazy.
And it's just funny because I'm 10 miles away from a border where there's literally no. So yeah, Alabama is rough. Detling is good stuff. It is.
I keep hearing, for some reason it keeps popping up. I think it's because I talk to you and Facebook and Instagram know everything. But it keeps popping up on lists and on my Facebook, and at this point I'm just dying to try it.
Well, I can. I had Venmo.
That seems to be our favorite saying.
I can't get it.
Okay.
I know where it's at right now, so we can talk about that.
And you will be coming in January.
A
little more foreshadowing.
So I can. We can work that out if you want a bottle to try.
Okay. Well, we'll have to talk. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Have you tried it? Since we're talking about it, have you tried it?
Yes, it is actually. You're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Really?
Flavor profile is very similar to Texas.
Well, I mean, we kind of have the same weather.
They do it the same way too. They follow the same. Well, like most Texas distillers, they age it in humidity,
Right.
and they don't control it at all. So it is not your normal bourbon notes.
Yeah.
Even though it is considered technically a bourbon, you're not going to get vanilla. You're not going to get super rich caramel. You're going to get a lot of floral, some type of, musky type of notes, and fruit notes more than you're going to get the classic bourbon notes in it.
Nice. So, and meanwhile, Jefferson's is probably paying millions of dollars to send stuff to age in humidity with their new tropics.
Yeah, just send it to Mississippi, call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. Just send it down south, spread it across the south, and call it a day. We'll probably do it for free. Just give us a couple bottles.
Yeah, just give us a bag. Look, we're giving people. My heart's
Oh man. All right, so we do have a smoke of the week. I know Roy's typically the cigar guy, so let's take a short break real quick and let's dive into this smoke of the week that we both, for some odd reason, happen to have in our collection.
Jeez, I wonder why.
All right, so what we have, and shout out Sherwan and Heart of a Lion Cigar Company. I told him I would rock this the first chance I got, so you can find your merch. But what we have, and I'm sure people can probably see yours better because I am quite a bit of ways the other way. This is Heart of a Lion Cigar. Oh, you've...
Here, okay?
Yeah. This is... Oh, okay. This is the Heart of a Lion Cigar Co. King. This is what they call it. It is the King, and it comes in at $10.50 a stick. I'm gonna screw these words up. I do it every time. That's why I just let Roy do it because he knows all these words. But the wrapper is Maduro. The filler is aged Nicaraguan, aged Honduran, and Dominican. The binder is Dominican, and its origin is Brazilian. This is actually Heart of a Lion's first full-bodied cigar.
I'm excited to try it.
I am too.
Well, without further ado, then.
Well, let's light her up. While we do that, there are 3 total reviews on his website, and they really helped. So one person said, bought a sample pack from Heart of a Lion for my husband to try. King is his absolute favorite so far. Smooth, silky taste with a good burn. We will be ordering more soon. The next one is this stick is fire. And then the last one is, so here we go. The full body, full flavor I was skeptical about because of the strength. But once you get into it, I was thrown for a loop. The body and strength was not overpowering, and the retro hell doesn't leave your eyeballs floating. It was enjoyable and paired with a sweet beverage to help cut the taste. You won't want to put it down. That's a pretty good review.
It's really good.
So we got to know, how mad is your wife going to be that you're smoking in the house?
I just got a text message that says, you better open that damn window.
Oh, so before the show, Jake divulged a little bit of information that he was home alone this evening. So it's kind of a guy's night, and his wife's not there. My wife's at the house. I'm at the studio. So Jake is smoking inside and hopefully doesn't get in trouble.
I have a candle lit too. I got to open the window. Give me just a second. Because I would like to live through the evening. So,
I don't
give me
blame
2
you.
seconds.
Oh! I really wish I could make the chat bigger. I can't. I cannot. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? You're supposed to be babysitting, not watching the show. So, oh, you can't hear me yet?
Sorry, I could hear you, actually.
Oh, okay. So your wife is chiming in. She's now watching. So don't say anything bad.
Love you, honey.
Hey, there's Heart of a Lion Cigar Co. there. Speak of the devil.
Hello, Shawan. That's a really good cigar. It's very rich.
Very. That I should have bought more of these.
That is a really good cigar.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. Because I had his Connecticut while we were there. We did the Queen on the live at Acre with him. So this is my first time trying the King, and I tell you what, I wish I would have bought more, because I just bought one of each. Whenever we finished the show, of course I bought 2 of these so that I could send you one. But yeah, I mean, I could have bought a whole 5-pack of these.
I would speed smoke this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a problem. I'm interested to try that other one too.
Oh, the Dark Habano?
Yeah.
That one's really good too. You won't be disappointed in that one.
Yeah, like this, I knew it was going to be good, but that's probably the best cigar I've ever had, and I'm being honest.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clip that and have to make it like a short little on a remix type thing.
It is. I mean, it's the thing is, so there's a lot of people making cigars nowadays. There's a lot of people saying, "Oh, we have aged tobacco in our cigars," and a lot of times they taste artificial.
Yeah.
When you smoke them. This tastes like you can tell that it has good ingredients in it. It is quote unquote boutique or small batch sort of. I know it's quality.
Yes, I think I know what you're saying. You're 100% correct. I mean, it's definitely full bodied. Like, that's the way you describe it. But there's
powering though.
Right, and it's almost got a creamy mouthfeel that balances that full bodiedness out.
It does. There's a little bit of. There's a little floral thing going on in there. It's really good.
I like where you're at. I'm curious of how it evolves as we continue working our way through it. Because, they always say first third, second third, third third, or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Man, I'm glad we agreed on that one. That's
really good.
Yeah.
smoking one we both hadn't had before, so we're kind of experiencing it all at the same time. So
Yeah,
it's really cool.
for sure. All right, so something else I had written down, and mind y'all, I didn't send Jake any of these questions, and that's something we always pride ourselves on, is we call our show Uncut Unfiltered, just like the whiskey, because we are live, and whatever you say, that's what's going to be heard, and that's what's going to be seen, because we don't edit. We are Uncut Unfiltered. So I didn't send Jake any of these. These are all off the cuff as he answers them. Something I'm curious of, have you visited any distilleries, and do you have a favorite?
I have visited, well, I have been in Lynchburg, Tennessee. It is very go through the motions there. There's not a lot of insight into everything.
Right.
You know, they have thousands of people go through there. Fun fact, I actually bought the best man that was in my wedding a customized bottle of Jack Daniels.
Ooh.
They were preparing to get married. So it does have a sentimental thing to me. Jack Daniels does. And I've also been to Southern Collected Spirit Company in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which you had a little small,
Yeah.
itty bitty bottle of.
That was the world's tiniest, like, actual shaped bottle I've ever gotten. Like, it looked like a real bottle, just shrunk down. And it makes my hands look big, which Roy always jokes I have whopper hands. So that is one thing I like about it. I can put it in my hand, and it looks like a full-size bottle. So how was that trip because they're an NDP, so they just basically, do they have the barrels there, or what was that experience like?
They have the barrels there. They have the barrels there. They source everything. A lot of it is MGP. Fun fact, they have an American light whiskey. Wink, wink. Guess who they get that from? Yeah, most of their stuff is MGP. They do have some stuff sourced from Turkey there too, wild turkey.
Oh, really?
Yes, some of their base bourbons are based out of a wild turkey blend.
Okay, interesting.
And also their wheated bourbon is from Green River.
Okay. So when you walk in, I mean, do they kind of guide you through a tasting? Are you pulling from the barrel? Or are you just sampling stuff?
You do a walk tour, and they pull when you're taste testing things. They're pulling it out of the barrel's teeth and putting it right into your glass.
Interesting.
You can get customized bottles done there. It's really cool. Like I said, I got that. I tried a few different things there. I didn't get the one that I didn't tell you about. The one that I did try when I was there, that I would have gotten a full bottle of had I not been, buying other.
Yeah.
It is with a maple finished bourbon.
Okay.
Sourced from Green River, so it was a wheated bourbon.
Interesting.
Aged in a maple barrel.
Very nice.
It was very good. The Honey American Light Whiskey was better though.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So Blythe said he's down to one unopened bottle now. He just cracked his rare breed rye.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've not had the rare breed rye. I've had the rare breed normal, but not the rye.
Yeah, I haven't had the rye yet, but I mean I keep saying I'm diving more into ryes, and I've become a huge fan of them. So they're getting a much bigger place on my shelf. But yeah, I'm sure that one's. I mean, the rare breed is a solid bottle, period. So I mean, I can't imagine the rye is not going to be a solid one. So I think we're making plans to do a. That light is closed. I just noticed that. Anyways, we are planning on going to Tennessee for a family vacation, and one of my stops was basically the halfway point of Uncle Nearest and Jack Daniels, because Jack Daniels is the one that kind of started my whiskey journey. Like, that was my first one. It was the first one I've ever drank neat or on the rocks, without a mixer. So I do kind of would love to hit both of them. So as somebody that does this and is this far along into my journey, which I mean, I'm not going to say I know anything and everything, but would Jack Daniel's still be a good stop for me? And I think Uncle Nearest will be really cool because I like their backstory and I do like their whiskey as well.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do it. If you haven't been there, you got to do it once.
Right.
They do a thing called, oh crap, what's that tour called? So here's the thing, I don't know if you know this or not. Lynchburg is actually a dry county.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, so Lynchburg is actually a dry county. So they do tastings there.
Mm-hmm.
And they are the only liquor place allowed to sell their own liquor there. Except there's a moonshine tasting place, but that's a little different bowl-wise. But as far as whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
they're the only place allowed to sell liquor in the city of Lynchburg and in that county.
Oh. I don't know if that even makes a difference, but that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, so Lynchburg is actually dry. Jack Daniel's had to get permission to continue producing whiskey after Prohibition.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We're going to turn into a Jack Daniel's episode.
I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. It is different now because Jack Daniel's is owned by Brown-Forman now. So
right.
It's no longer independent.
Yeah.
So it's a little different there. But yeah, if you haven't been there, you got to go once. Angel Share, that's the name of the tour.
Oh, okay.
They do a thing where they will actually let you taste a 140 proof straight out of the barrel whiskey there. It is a experience, to say the least.
I bet.
It is basically Coy Hill.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
And their prices are very competitive too. I think that tour is like $50. It's not great.
Wow, that's cheap. I mean, not cheap, but
cheapish.
Yeah, I mean for what it is for their history. I mean, I feel like if they charged $150, whatever, they could probably still get away with it.
Yeah, and like I said, they're really good. You get 4 pours of whiskey. You're not allowed to have any more than that. That's the legal limit they're allowed to give you.
Interesting.
There's a really good barbecue place in Lynchburg, right down Distillery too. But
I'll always take suggestions for food. I like to eat.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
So Blythe said, Bucky, did you get a Texas Select? I did not. I actually did not get a Texas Select yet. I know where I can get one, but I have not gotten that one yet. Who knows?
Who knows?
But if it's anything like the private select that they did for Texas a couple years ago, or Longhorn Liquor, I can't complain. I know I'm gonna like it. I mean, it's Texas. It's got the name Texas on it. It better be good.
There is a. By the way, I'm coming into the second third of that cigar.
Yeah.
There is a minty note in that second third of that cigar. It's almost like almost menthol kind of thing.
Well, we both agreed pre-show whenever we unwrapped it that just on the it was almost minty. Hang on. All right. So, what else? Just kind of entertain everybody. Do a dance or something. Isn't there a TikTok dance? You know?
I'm not dancing. It's not happening.
Oh man! No. Come on.
Look, I can make a case where Alabama doesn't deserve to be in the playoff, but we're going to leave that for a later time in the show.
Yeah, we've got that up there too. Oh no! Guess who's in the chat now? Old Scoot.
Scoot Magoo is in the chat now. Mr. 13th Colony himself.
Golly. Oh, I wish I could freaking read that far away.
What's wrong with my...
But,
my Xbox is having a stroke over here.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, got caught. Gotta go. Y'all have fun. Scoot got caught.
He's on vacation.
Yeah,
He's gonna get in trouble. He done snuck away to a liquor store today.
I saw that. But hey, he got some good stuff. Thanks for tuning in, Scoot. We appreciate you. Don't get in trouble.
Love you, Scoot. Y'all will learn something about me, viewers. Oh, it's full-bodied FG. Look at that.
Is he in?
He's in.
All right, let's see if I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we show as heck going to try. Oh, crap. Hang on. Don't stop talking, Roy. Stop talking.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
All right. Roy has joined the chat.
And hey, look, I don't know if you can see behind me, but I commandeered a boat.
You commandeered a boat?
I commandeered a boat, see?
How the heck did you do that?
Well, when you're in Galveston, you kind of have to commandeer boats from time to time, so it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that works. What are y'all up to, buddy?
Man, we just got to Fisherman's Wharf in Galveston. We're fixing to eat dinner. I've already had a Knob Creek, and I looked at the bar here, and they've got an Angel's Envy that I'm probably fixing to get my hands on because y'all know my love affair with Angel's Envy. Yeah. So it's all good. How's everything going in the studio there?
It's good. It was a bit of a struggle putting it all together by myself, and then having to get Jake in and figure out all that stuff because
see, look, there's the crow's nest.
Oh, nice. Are you on a pirate ship?
I mean, it looks pretty close. Not gonna lie, looks pretty close. I wonder if they'll let me take it out into the bay, though. That's what I'm fixing to ask somebody at the restaurant. I'll be like, "Hey, can I take it out?"
We gotta go
for an evening stroll.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all good. Like I said, I just wanted to cut in for a couple minutes, talk to you fellows, see how everything was going, kind of show y'all what I'm doing, being as I'm not in studio right now.
Yeah, no, we're glad you tuned in, and we're glad you're at least tuned in, and we're glad you jumped on for at least a minute.
Yeah, I can't say how long I'm going to be on just because of the fact that there's whiskey and Angel's Envy in the bar. So, I mean, I may not be on very long. Right. Not going to lie. But the boat, oh, shit. Can I get the boat's picture? No, let me see. I'm going to try to drop my phone in the water. But the boat's name is Alytha. I don't know if you can see that or not.
It's kind of dark. It's a little hard to see.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see. I mean, it is 7:30 at night in Texas. So, but other than that, so I'm impressed with Jake's minty note on that second third in the King that you guys are smoking. By the way.
Yeah, and Jake, I don't know what's going on, but for some reason Jake can't hear you, so I will have to relay anything you do.
That's fine. That's fine.
This is kind of the first time we've kind of ran this whole setup.
Gotcha.
So we're just kind of.
No, it's all good.
Jake, Roy said he's impressed with your minty palate note on that one, on the King.
Hey man, I try.
He's like, hey man, I try.
Yeah.
It's really funny though, because the sad part about it is on the way to the restaurant, we passed right by Galveston Island Cigar Lounge. I tried to get the driver to stop, and she told me no. So,
well, you gotta please the wife too. So,
well, no, we're on a charter bus,
I have a freaking lavender candle going behind me because of this. I'm doing this because I love you guys.
I love that. He's like, I got a lavender candle. Yeah, that's fantastic. Lavender calendar. We have a candle in the studio that's called Grandpa's Chair. So nice. By the way, I love the hoodie you're rocking there, buddy.
Yeah, you like that?
Of course it's like 80 damn degrees in Texas right now, but yet you got a hoodie on.
Congratulations. It's not that hot. It's just humid as shit.
It is humid. It's like very humid, but it's fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So I did confirm. I'm gonna break a little news real quick, and Jake can kind of listen in or whatever he's got to do. Mike Wright will be on next week with us, so that's always a good thing.
Oh yeah.
We should have a comprehensive whiskey lineup of who's all going to be at Whiskey Fest. Not gonna lie, I got a little bit of a teaser of that list. It's a list.
Awesome.
I can't wait. It's a list, so we'll find out next next week. Everybody tune in next week. I'll be back in the studio next week. Is that a grouper? Holy shit! I think there's some kind of fish in the water.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. If I could swim, I'd go in after it, but I can't swim.
Shit.
It's all good. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all get back to it. I'm fixing to go eat, and then I'm gonna drink copious amounts of whiskey tonight. So I'm probably gonna hit up Texas Tail. I'm a couple blocks away, actually.
So smoke this cigar, Bucky.
Power smoke it. Power smoke it.
All right, bud. Well, y'all have fun. And drink one for me. If you do go to Texas, tell Laney and everybody out there that I said hey.
I'll be honest with you. The only reason I'm going to Texas Tail, oddly enough, is for you because of the peppermint vodka hot chocolate.
Oh gosh.
I'm not a vodka guy, but I hear it's good.
All right, bud. Well, enjoy. Thank you for coming on.
Good to see you, Roy.
All right, y'all be good.
Later.
All right.
All right. Well, that was cool.
That was cool. I hate I couldn't hear him though.
I don't know. We're still figuring this whole thing out. We're new. We never said we were professionals. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So, Blythe said it must be a homage to Ryan because he always wears hoodies. That dude. It was the middle of summer and he was wearing hoodies.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah. Like nonstop wearing hoodies. I don't understand how he does it. I would sweat through that thing so fast.
Hoodies and melon hats, bro.
Hoodies and melon hats.
Hoodies, melon hats, and Band-Aid.
Yeah. Band-Aid scotch. Yeah, exactly. All right. So we've talked about it a little bit. And one of the things that Roy did say, since you couldn't hear him, is the breaking news was we actually are going to have Mike Wright back in the studio next week. And this time he's actually got a little more information about Southeast Texas Whiskey Festival. He's got a pretty good list, a nailed down list at least, of all the vendors that will be out there, the distilleries. He's got, a bunch of good information as always, and it's always just a ton of fun whenever he comes on. Those end up being like 4-hour episodes. I don't know how any of us get home, but it's a ton of fun. But with that, we've talked about it a little bit. You're going to be in Texas for Southeast Texas Whiskey Festival in January.
Me and my lovely wife will be making the trip to Texas. My wife is a MVP, by the way. So the week before she starts grad school.
Wow.
She is not letting me. This was my 30th birthday present.
Aww.
She taking me to Texas to go to Southeast Texas Whiskey Fest. So we're gonna have a good time. Probably drink way more than any human being should. And probably spend all of my savings account on whiskey. I'm just kidding.
Not
Honey,
a bad
I'm not gonna do that. Anyway.
So will this be y'all's first trip to Texas?
No, actually, it will not be my first. It's not her first either. Her brother actually used to live there.
Okay.
He lived around. Where did he live at? I don't remember. He lived in somewhere in Texas. I don't know exactly where.
Right.
I've been to Dallas a few times.
Okay.
Dallas, Fort Worth. Been to Amarillo, which is interesting to say the least. Yeah, so I've been there a couple times. This is not my first time. First time being in Beaumont in that area of Texas.
Yeah, so it's kind of the armpit of you said Alabama was the butthole. We're the armpit.
We're like two peas in a pod.
I'm telling you. So is knowing that there's going to be over 400 bottles there? Is there any specific distillery or anything that you're looking forward to the most, or are you just happy to be trying a whole bunch of different stuff that normally you wouldn't?
A little bit of both. Garrison Brothers. I am excited for Garrison Brothers. That is probably my one of my most excited ones. Garrison Brothers and Balcones, because I have a love affair with Balcones.
Just wait. If his line, and hopefully Charlie's out there, but if his lineup is as good as it was last year, you'll have your socks blown off.
Yeah, I don't know. That didn't sound good.
That wasn't good.
What bottle was that?
An Old Baker's 7.
Bucky.
Like it's not the new style bottle. It's the old one.
Bucky.
I didn't do it. There's a ghost. Roy's haunting me.
Is it after dark yet?
It is. It's very dark.
Oh, bullshit.
Oh, all right. On that, I'm gonna need a drink. We do have a drink of the week.
Yeah, on Segway. Which one are we doing first?
Let's do the 9-year.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Well, we said they were letting us loose by ourselves, and
Yeah. Look,
something was bound to happen.
when the parents away, the kids will play. We've done broke something.
That's the equivalent of us breaking mom's fine china.
Yeah, we didn't break the lamp. It just fell.
It broke by itself, Mom. I promise.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything.
The dog did it.
The dog did it.
All right. So I actually was doing a little bit of research on this bottle earlier today, and I was surprised to learn that there is actually a lot of 10-year whiskey in this.
Yes, I asked Matt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Matt told me that it is actually more 10 than there is 9
Yeah.
in the whiskeys. There are actually some older whiskey than that in there too. In the what did it say? In the corn, there's some older corn whiskey in there too.
Really?
So this is I love this bottle.
So how much have you had out of it? I'm just curious.
A good bit, but I also had some. I may or may not have procured samples from somewhere else that I can. But yeah, a good bit.
Oh, okay. You're not too far ahead of me. Like it's a race.
I mean, when we get to this, I've drank significantly more.
Oh god, yeah. That one's closer to empty.
Yeah.
So this one does come in at 109 proof. The youngest whiskey inside of it is 9 years old. The mash bill on this thing is 85% corn, 10% rye, 2% wheat, and 3% malted barley.
I get the malt on the nose big time.
Yeah.
It's very forward in there. Actually. Oh, it smells really good.
I get a little bit of like dark chocolate.
Yes, that bitter's not the right word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It kind of has that. Yeah, I guess bitter kind of is the word. Actually, I bet that's that barrel mixed in there with it.
Probably.
Well, let's go for it. Man, that pairs really good with that cigar.
Yeah, it really does. That's like that's an awesome pairing I'm sure it's because of the high corn, but this is like it's very sweet on the palate.
Yes, it does. That's probably what's bringing out that dark chocolate note in there for us.
Maybe.
From the start.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very corn forward though.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sweet. I like that though. I like higher corn bourbons anyway. Is this considered a bourbon? I guess it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be considered a bourbon because it is more than 51% corn.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. So I'm gonna brag on Penelope for a second because I've touched on it on shameless plug. Some of the posts I've put down on my Instagram about Penelope stuff that they are just kind of redefining what NDP is.
Mm-hmm.
They are just laying the groundwork for what you really should do instead of just sourcing stuff and slapping a label on it.
Right.
Like the stuff they're doing with their blends are some of the best blends that I have ever had. They're always consistent, bottle to bottle. I've never had a bad one.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Because even their white label, have you had their white label? Just the entry, what I would consider the entry level.
Yeah, it's good. And it's good, especially if you're getting into bourbon. That's when I would say if you're trying to learn bourbon and you're trying to learn what a bourbon's supposed to taste like, grab the white label. I mean, it's $50.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hard pressed to find much better than that.
Yeah.
Unless you buy a still Austin bottle. But not everybody can get that.
Yeah.
So Penelope White Label is pretty widely available.
Yeah, and I will say, Still Austin is becoming more and more available because as we saw in the Discord, they had it up in Chicago, I think is where it was. They did a tasting not too long ago. I could be completely wrong on that. It's hard to keep up with all them Northerners, but
look, I can get it in Alabama. Anybody should be able to get it.
Right, and they recently released in Florida. So I mean they're making their way nationwide, and I think it's one that everybody should have on their shelf.
Talking about Penelope,
Mm-hmm.
Matt does does a TikTok live now.
Yes, I saw that.
He was talking about Rio the other night, and this may help some of the taters in the chat. He said they are releasing 4,000 cases of Rio.
Holy crap!
On the next release in 2020.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like first quarter of 2024, right?
Yes, and he said there is a lot of American light whiskey out there too.
Dang. Huh.
So it's interesting.
Very.
They are very much kind of making their here we are. Like,
yeah,
we're one of the big boys now.
And yes, real quick, Blythe, this is a 4-grain. Like I said, it is corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley. And I think just about everything they do is a 4-grain, obviously minus some of their ryes. Like the toasted rye this year was 100% rye. It was like 95% regular rye and then 5% malted rye. So it was 100%, and it's the first and only mash bill.
The light whiskey is 99% corn.
Yes, correct.
So 1% barley.
Yeah. The white label is the basic 4-grain. Yes, that is correct.
And basically the barrel strength is the 4-grain bourbon, but really cranked up a notch.
Yeah, and it really does. I mean, you can tell that even if you just get any of the barrels, like the barrel strength, or even the private select barrels, for the most part, it's that 4-grain just upped. Like you said, it goes. The white label, if it was on a 5, the private select would be like a 8, and then the barrel strength is obviously a 10. But I mean, this is absolutely delicious, and the more I drink it, I kind of get like a berry cobbler, like some type of raspberry, blackberry, with some cinnamon notes on it.
Definitely tastes the cinnamon. I'm not so much getting the berries like you are, but I am getting the cinnamon on the back. Of on the finish.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the berries. There is. I get that. Is it funny how that works? Where you cannot be tasting something, someone says it, and then you go back to it.
And that's one of the biggest reasons. Yeah, it's the power of suggestion. But that's one of the biggest reasons I avoid tasting notes on on the distiller's website until after I've drank it and I want to figure out what I taste, because I like to compare what they say, because a lot of the times they're fluffing their description.
Yes.
Blythe said I have the barrel strength, the Valencia, and the Texas Select.
I have not had the Valencia yet. At all.
Well, I bragged about it enough, but I do have the entire selection, so. Minus all of the different builds of Architect, obviously.
I have build 5 is the only build I have.
So I have build 2, and it's very green to me. I would be curious. Maybe you can pack away a little sample on your trip to compare the two of them.
I'll bring the bottle with me.
Okay, that'll work.
Bring the bottle with me. It is build 5 is very oaky.
Okay.
It's more oak forward. A lot more baking spice in build 5.
Mm-hmm.
And to explain the process of how they do that, so they source the barrels from France, actually, which is kind of crazy. these French oak staves come from France that they use in Architect. So they put those in there for around 60 days, and they can manipulate it depending on the species of French oak.
Mm-hmm.
It can affect what the flavor profile is.
Yeah. Because so on mine, I get a lot of green bell pepper, which is a really weird flavor note for a whiskey.
That is really weird.
But that'll be a fun little experiment in January to compare the two bottles. Yeah, Blythe, that Silbox Batch 5 that was done in the maple and French oak barrels, I'm not going to lie, I love that bottle. I think it's absolutely delicious, and I ruined my desk that I do all my filming in front of. I poured syrup all over that bottle and took a couple pictures, and it's still sticky to this day. I can't get it all off. You all right there, buddy? You good?
Yeah, I'm lighting my cigar.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
So I didn't cut the cigar the best this time. It's kind of falling apart on me. So I'm not going to get to smoke the last time because my dumb ass cut it wrong. So I will. There's ash all over my fucking desk. Great. Anyway,
it's fine. Everything's fine.
Worst comes to worst, I'll just light the darker bar.
Okay. Okay.
Really good. I mean, I really enjoy that cigar though.
Yeah, it's absolutely delicious, as I like to say.
I will be ordering some of those.
Yes, very much so.
I will be getting some of those. But yeah.
So you said Garrison Brothers, Balcones.
There's so many, man. Like, I saw Luxco was going to probably be there too. So that's interesting because I want a 12-year.
I can't promise that bottle's going to be available.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Either way, something's coming up with me.
Yeah, right. Oh man. So sorry, it's keep grabbing my attention. I've got the Oregon-Washington game on. So it's the Pac-12 championship is tonight, and Washington is currently leading 10-0, and the first quarter is about to come to an end.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Might turn it on. We'll see.
Maybe.
Well, it's on YouTube TV wants to work.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Shout out YouTube TV, who's not a sponsor.
Hey, we don't give out free sponsors.
That's right. No free ads.
We call it the play button.
Oh man. All right, so I did send a little bit of an outline for this show as we don't follow it at all. All right, so let's see. Oh, did you happen to have a chance to look at the Uprocks list? I shared it on our Facebook page, and I shared it with you. I know you've got some thoughts because there was a particular bottle on there that I knew you were just gonna love to see.
Love it. Okay, here's my problem with that list. I'm just gonna be on. I was gonna say the list as a whole. 85% of the bottles on that list are limited edition bottles. Like, they're not bottles everyone's gonna be able to try. So you're saying that, hey, look, this is the 50 best whiskeys in every state that you'll never try. It's just, I don't know. Stuff like that irritates me a little bit because, especially in control states, where they put lists out like that, we're like, hey, they're the 50 best whiskeys you'll be able to get. And I'm like, well, joke's on you. No, I won't. Ever. So, yes, there is one very specific whiskey on that list.
So we can talk about the elephant in the room. Kentucky's pick was the 25-year Eagle Rare. And it is a, what, $25,000 bottle, I think it was? Is that correct?
No, retail is 10,000.
10. Sorry.
Retail 10,000.
So 25 secondary, if not more.
So here's my issue with this bottle. I'm just going to lay it all out there for this. My issue with it being $10,000. It is not that it is $10,000. My issue is that it is a 25-year whiskey. Mm-hmm. Normal Eagle Rare is 10 years, and it's $50. So you're going to tell me that something that is twice as aged is worth 1,000 times the price, or 100 times the price? I just don't. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand the marketing there.
So I just
don't understand. I don't understand.
I did a little bit of research, and I can't. And I'm curious if you might know, or if anybody else might know that's watching. I think 25 years is almost the oldest bourbon I've ever seen, as far as bourbon goes. I can't recall another older one.
The only other one that's even in that age range is, would be the Pappy 23, right?
Yeah, I mean that's got to be the only one, and that's a fairly normal release in a sense.
Normal. Yeah. LOL.
He said LOL.
I don't know, man. You know how I feel about it.
I do. And that's why I thought that whenever I saw his pick for Kentucky, I was like, I'm sending this.
I love Buffalo Trace stuff.
Yes.
I have E.H. Taylor sitting right next to me. I have Eagle Rare. I have Buffalo Trace. I even have a Blanton's sitting over here. And I like their stuff, but I don't like the idea of, hey, let's go release a limited edition that we're going to probably produce 100 bottles of.
Right.
Because with everything, evaporation, you're not going to get a whole barrel of whiskey out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see it pop up where people like Fred Minnick suddenly have a bottle right after release. And it's like, they didn't release this bottle for everyone to have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they released it specifically just to flex that they can make a 25-year bourbon. It's just what it feels like. It's what it feels like. Because what I did learn is that it is not done in the normal warehouse.
Correct. Yeah. That was going to be my next point. Yeah. And that warehouse was special in a way. Do you remember? I don't remember exactly what it was. Somehow the way they climate controlled it or something.
Yeah. They ate differently there. I don't know exactly the whole.
Yeah, I don't remember the whole story.
But apparently that's where they do all their experimental stuff, like the experimental thing that Mike Wright brought with a peated one.
Yeah.
Was done in the same warehouse as well.
Okay. Something I found interesting on that list, though, there's a shit ton of American single malts out there and that was like the main recurring theme.
Yeah. I think that Ryan is probably right. I think 2024 will be the year of the American single malt. I think that you're going to see companies that don't even have one right now are probably going to release one. I mean, Jack Daniels even hadn't had the single malt. It was a limited release, but they did one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised Buffalo Trace releases one.
Yeah.
Because everyone else does it. Buffalo Trace is going to do it. So it's just I've had some American single malt.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, they're going to have to be really good to make me not like my Balcones malt all over here. It is crazy how many people have gotten in the game of that in 2023.
Well, what's crazy for me is I don't understand how they just knew. Like, why did you put that in a barrel 4 years ago and just let it sit there? And all of a sudden now everybody has one?
Well, here's my question too: is what's the age statements on a lot of these single malts? Like, are they all like in that 4 or 5 year range, or is there younger stuff out there too? because really, what was the first big American single malt? It was probably the Stranahan's, right? Probably the
Probably.
Yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably put Stranahan's up there. Courage and Conviction came on the scene with a big splash.
Yeah.
And speaking of, Blythe just mentioned that if you haven't had the Courage and Conviction American High Malt, you need to get one.
There is, I tell you, the best Courage and Conviction, in my opinion, I have had is the Cuvée cask. It is good. It is probably. I don't really think you'll like it, but
what can I say?
Well, the reason I say that it is the closest thing to quote unquote Scotch that I've had from a single malt.
Right.
But I still have a long way to go to get in that flavor profile to get there because they don't have the age statement stuff that a lot of the Scotch distilleries do, like Macallan, and because a lot of the profile of the American single malts is in the space side, and there's not much peated out there. There's one or two, but there's not much.
So, would you put the American single malt in the category of Scotch or Irish whiskey, or kind of a competition for both? I guess
there's elements of both in there because there's a shortbread cookie note in some of the American single malts. There's a bready note in there that's not in Scotch.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A la kind of Redbreast and that kind of thing.
Right.
But the way that they're making the American single malts is more Scotch. The way they're making it is in the way of Scotch.
Okay.
But I haven't had a whole lot. I've had Courage and Conviction. I've had the Yellow Label Stranahan's.
Yeah.
Conviction, in my opinion, is way above the Stranahan's, just to be honest.
That was the one thing that stood out on that list is that he picked so many American single malts.
Now, too, the thing is, too, about lists like that, too, is that that's another thing about lists like that, is that everybody's palate's different.
Right.
So what you say is the best whiskey from somewhere, someone else may have a completely different opinion of what the best whiskey is.
True. But it doesn't mean I don't want all of these bottles now so that I can try them.
Well, that was the reason for the list.
Oh.
I mean, that was probably the reason for the list, was to drive eyes to the bottles, I would say.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So he did pick Garrison Brothers for Texas. Would you have leaned? Have you had anything from Garrison Brothers?
I've had the small batch.
Okay.
And I almost bought the single barrel until I saw the price when I went to the line.
But one thing I will say about that single barrel from Garrison Brothers, it's a consistent price across the board. It doesn't matter if it's 94 proof or if it's 140 proof.
Well, actually, at Total Wine, there's a difference.
Well,
there's a $40 difference.
Okay, there's a difference in store.
Because if I believe right, the normal 94 proof was, or 100, it was 100 proof, I think. It was right at 100.
Mm-hmm.
Was 129.
Mm-hmm.
And the 130 proof, which is the one I wanted, was 172. So
that's about right.
Yeah. So.
And what was the proof on that one? Sorry, I'm
130. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's around 130 though.
Oh, that's a good one though.
It was. I wanted it, and my lovely wife said, "Don't spend $200 in that we're not gonna get that one."
Yeah, I remember my first trip to Total Wine in Houston because we don't have one around here, and I was just like, I had to calm myself down, and I still walked out with like 4 bottles, and my wife was like, "You spent how much?" I got 4 bottles though.
What? Okay, let me ask you this though. Since on that subject,
mm-hmm.
What most you've ever spent in one store at one time?
One store at one time? You're gonna get me in trouble.
I forgot Dane usually was.
So does that matter? Like, does it have to be one bottle, or can it just be in total?
In total, with multiple bottles.
A little over.
I'm gonna get in trouble too.
A little over 200.
Yeah, it's about me too.
Okay.
I spent about that when I bought. No, I spent like 130 when I did that. When I bought the Lux Row and the Heaven Hill together, they were just conveniently sitting right next to each other, so I had to have both. Anyway.
Right, of course. But that's not. I feel like walking out with more than one bottle, even if you spent, let's just say it was $230 on that one trip. If I walked out with more than one bottle for that price, I feel like, and as long as I'm drinking them and I feel like that's a good value, I think that's a good trip. Now, would I feel a little worse about it if it was $230 on a single bottle? Yes.
It depends on what bottle that is, though.
Right, because I did. I was walking through the Rabbit store, as we affectionately call it on here, and they have a bottle of Garrison Brothers 2023 Cowboy Bourbon sitting there, and I was like, babe, how would you feel if I bought a single whiskey for what I originally said was less than MSRP, because they had it on the shelf for less than MSRP, and I was like, no way. But she was like, well, how much is that? Well, you don't want to know that answer.
I will say, my wife is very good about, as long as her bills are paid, I can pretty much get whiskey when I want to, quote unquote, as long as bills are paid. Except for right now, because, Texas.
Right. The upcoming doom that she faces.
Well, that goalpost has been moved 3 times. Because Sarah told me I can't buy anymore. And I said, hey, look, I got something.
Yeah. I always get a text, hey, look what I got today.
And you're like, I thought Sarah said you could buy it. Well,
So on this list, just real quick, and I don't know if you remember it or if you could pull it up quickly, is there anything on the list that you've tried?
Let me look. Let me go back to where you sent it to me, and I'll look at it.
Because now one I am interested in was for Georgia, they picked Doc Holliday Straight Bourbon Whiskey aged 10 years. That one I'm very interested in.
I have to think they just have not had the 13th colony. As many people as I've heard that have tried that double oaked. But I'll tell you, buddy, Scotty claims it is the best whiskey, one of the best whiskeys he has.
I know.
It's number 1 on Ryan's list.
I saw that.
So I don't know. That Doc Holliday's got to be pretty good. And
realistically, if I'm not mistaken, Doc Holliday is actually part of World Whiskey Society.
It is.
And so I don't know if it's just distilled in Georgia or how that works with the World Whiskey Society. Because they also for Oklahoma, they picked another World Whiskey Society one that was distilled in Oklahoma and then bottled wherever World Whiskey Society is located.
Yeah. Hey, I have had that Detling barrel strength.
Okay.
For Alabama. I think that's what Clint talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you, it's very close to Texas, flavor profile wise. I actually like I said, I get that bottle. That bottle retail is like $70. So it's not expensive.
That's actually really good price for a barrel strength, and
it's 127 proof, I think is what it was.
Not bad.
It's a high. But yeah, they do grain to glass too. So
really,
yes. So all their stuff is grown. They own the place that grows everything. That's
pretty cool.
I'm looking through this list to see if I see anything else. Hey, phone, you don't get to
that. Blythe said, "Ask for forgiveness, not permission." Well,
well, that's not how that works sometimes.
Yeah, right? But I also like to say, "Happy wife, happy life."
Yeah, I had when I agreed to this. When Sarah agreed to this trip, I had to agree to take her on a trip next year when she finishes grad school.
Well, that's not a bad exchange.
I think she wants to go on a cruise, I believe, so I think we're going to do that.
I think we may be going on a cruise next year.
She wants to go on a cruise, so. Only thing I've seen so far that I've had is the Detling made it to Hawaii. Let's see how much.
Yeah. I made it down to Louisiana, and I'm really surprised. And I've never tried it, but they have LA1 Louisiana whiskey on there. I'm telling you that JT Mellick is so good.
I have had the Starlight bottled in on. Isn't that kind of loaded though? It's in Indiana, and they're picking independent distillery because isn't like 90% of whiskey on the market from Indiana right now?
Yeah. Yeah. So, that brings up a good point. We've been talking about Penelope, and that's our drink of the week this week. Would you still consider Penelope an NDP? Since they've been acquired by MGP.
Well, I mean, the question is, do you consider, if you're saying that, is Luxco considered an NDP? Because they don't, I mean, aren't they owned by MGP as well?
Yes.
So that gets us kind of a sticky thing there because you got Lux Row doesn't necessarily produce their own whiskey. Penelope doesn't either, but I would say yes on Penelope. They're still an NDP because they still blend their own blends. They're not just, to me, an NDP kind of sources stuff and then they kind of just put a label on it.
Right.
I don't think Penelope was an NDP in the first place. A lot of people called them that.
Yeah.
So I would call them a blender more than an NDP.
And I kind of say the same thing about Smoke Wagon because Aaron has worked with MGP very, very closely and has come up with his own mash bills and works with them as far as distilling and stuff. Like I get that he's an NDP, but I think I find it very hard to consider Smoke Wagon a full-on NDP.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
I brought up the point I guess it's been a few weeks now, like, because I could almost make the argument that Pappy Van Winkle is an NDP because although Buffalo Trace owns a portion of it, it's still the Van Winkle family that's coming in and selecting barrels, and they have free reign, but they're still bottling a Buffalo Trace product.
Yeah, I don't know how that works because I think what it is they actually have a contract with Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
So it's contract. Technically, Buffalo Trace is contract distilling for Pappy Van Winkle.
Right.
So
I mean, it's kind of it gets it. I feel like there's a lot of gray area there. Like you could make arguments for different companies.
So you definitely could. You could for sure. Yeah, I agree with you on Smoke Wagon, especially when you get to their experimental stuff that nobody ever tried. Like that, most NDPs aren't doing that.
Yeah.
Like you're really might as well call it a blender more than, in my opinion. But people may have different opinions on that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But
he picked Sagamore for Maryland, but I think that's the only Maryland whiskey. But Sagamore is really good. Period.
I've also had that Journeyman distilling Corset Whips and whiskey too.
Yeah, Kevin talks a lot about that one. I still haven't tried it yet. I do want to try it.
It's a weeded bourbon.
Okay, I like weeded bourbons. I mean,
I can get that one too. They have that in Alabama actually. Yeah.
So I mentioned it. I think coming in or introducing you, I said I believe this was your first ever live podcast video thing. Is that true, or have you done this before?
No, it is. It's true.
So, so what kind of got us together in a sense was being not content creators, but taker-inners, consumers. Words are hard, buddy. Words are hard.
Jesus Christ.
I told you we're professionals here. So I'm curious from your perspective, do you prefer the short form content of Reels and TikTok, or are you a long form content taker-inner, or do you like both?
I like long form content because the problem is with short form content is you can only get so much information in 60 seconds. With long form content, you can really unpack what's going on, especially when you're tasting whiskey. Like there's so much nuance, like especially if you're just popping a bottle. like you're pouring the neck pour on something, it can taste completely different when you get further into the bottle. There is something to be said about a bottle opening up.
Yeah.
So I really like the way that Ryan does it, because Ryan will, yes, he does slams and sips, but he will sit with the bottle though. He doesn't like pop a bottle and make his decision right then and there.
Yeah, because if you notice, all of his ones he does slams and sips for have been opened already.
Yeah. I like how Ryan doesn't do a slams and sips until he knows what his opinion on it is.
Yeah.
And not all his slams and sips are positive. So
This is true. So do you prefer somebody like that, or somebody that chooses to only do bottles they already know they like and only put that content out?
See, I don't like that because I feel like that's disingenuous, and you're not getting the full perspective if you're only doing bottles you know you like. Because then you have that's my problem with the whole whiskey influencer thing, is that you can tell who is just saying, "Oh, I really like this bottle, so I'm just going to talk about this bottle."
Mm-hmm.
But there's something to be said about there. I mean, there's a place for both. I think there's enough room in the space to have both. I just think long form content, I think, is the way to go, because I think you can feel like you can engage your audience longer.
Yeah.
With long form content than you can with short form content. Like this right here. Like I love stuff like this. It's my first time being on a podcast, but I love having conversations like this.
Right.
Because you can get to know, like you can sit here, you can unpack a whiskey, like you can pour a glass, and you can both sit here and you can nose it, and you can say, "Hey, are you getting this flavor? I'm getting this flavor." You can't do that in a 60-second bit on TikTok.
Yeah. And that's one thing I do like about this show, is that as we go through the show, we drink the bottle a couple times. It sits for 15, 20, 30 minutes while we talk, and it changes. It allows our people that are commenting and watching to kind of give their opinions on things if they've tried it before. I mean, and like you said, it gives you a chance to kind of connect and really talk about what you're doing at that moment.
Michael Penix just threw a dime. Sorry.
I see that. No, I kept glancing over.
Threw a freaking dime. So
That was nice.
17-3 Washington.
I can't believe Oregon was 9.5-point favorites going into this game.
Dude. Well, we think unless something changes very quickly, it looks like Washington is still their selves for the playoff. And Michael Penix is still in the Heisman for himself, too.
You want to pop this other one that we talked about?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So the second bottle we're doing for the drink of the week is the Penelope Straight Bourbon Whiskey Toasted Barrel Strength. This is selected by Bourbon TikTok and Toter Creators Collab. So for those that are watching, Toter is that one dude, Ryan, who we've mentioned a couple times in the show tonight.
And that nose is so different.
So, and that's one thing I wanted to talk about, and that's why I wanted to do both of these, because you've got full-on level 4 char, and then you've got this on the other end of it, which is toasted.
You really have caramel. You really have like a charred, caramel like brulee on that nose.
Oh yeah, that is very much creme brulee.
Yeah. That is all creme brulee right there, baby. That's what my wheelhouse is for bourbon. Like that flavor.
Really?
And I'm going opposite. Dead gum. It's so hard because it's mirrored on the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is. I like that flavor profile. I do like Texas too. Like Texas is one of those things where you can't drink it every day. It is, because some Texas stuff will punch you in the teeth, son.
Yes, it will.
But yeah, this is, to me, this is like quintessential bourbon.
Yeah.
Like.
And yes, Blythe, I do. But Texas is losing tomorrow. I don't like Oklahoma State, but I think I don't like Texas more.
We'll revisit that later. Because I tell you another team that is not winning tomorrow either.
So this is one I could nose for hours.
I actually have not opened that bottle up in about 2 weeks, and it has opened up so much in that 2 weeks that it is like, it's like in the money. It's in the money zone right now.
I get like burnt marshmallow.
There's more burn on the back end with that one than there is. Oh,
Man.
but that creamy brulee on the back end, though.
Yes, it's.
Oh, that's good. Oh, oh man, I had not tasted these back to back. That's not. Oh, I'm gonna have to drink this, then pour 9 year again and try that again.
I was gonna say
Like,
I'd be hard pressed to pick a favorite between these two. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They're different.
They're so different, but I don't know. Because like I said, whenever we were talking pre-show was
The char is on this one.
I-
Or if it
on
up on the private select.
on the private select, it's number 4 char staves and number 3 char heads.
Okay. This is level 4 char. Heavy. Level 3 char heavy.
Char 3 heavy toast, yeah. But what I thought was kind of cool about the two of these is they're completely different on every level. Like, this is toasted, this is charred. This is done, I believe, in Kelvin cooperage barrels, and this is not. So, I mean, I thought it was kind of cool that they're almost complete opposites, but the same in a sense.
It's crazy how they're both 4 grains, but they're so. Although we don't know what the breakdown of the 4 grain is in the totem pick.
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, cat, get out of here, stupid cat!
We might get cat butt.
The cat just came in here and freaking kind of rubbed against my leg. Get out of here.
Shit. So real quick, just kind of running through a couple comments that I did miss earlier. Roy said he's going to pour some Angels Envy now. So, and he said cheers. Cheers, buddy. I don't know if you're still watching or not. Blythe no longer has any unopened bottles. That a boy. And now he's going to have to pour the Valencia. The Valencia, I know you haven't had it, but it's such a good pour.
Well, we may have to.
Yes, you will. I mean, I can just line them all up for you, and you can just go through them all.
Oh Lord, Friday night's gonna be rough.
Yeah. And it is definitely Rio season. That is a pure winter pour, and it is the perfect time for that one. Okay, so.
Man, that's really good. That is really good.
Oh my gosh, it's so different.
So different. Like, man, I'll be honest with you. I'm leaning the totem pick. Like, they're both. I don't. It's like picking your favorite child. It's.
I don't know. I might be leaning 9 year. There's just there's just something about it. I don't know. I mean, it's you're talking, frog hairs at this point.
Man, you could, like, both of those bottles. It's like, man, you can't go wrong with either one of those.
Yeah, not at all.
Hey, we're doing exactly what we said. We hate the people, but I said hate people do. Hey, look, bottle that you can't.
Yeah, I know you can't get this one because it's sold out and it was very, very limited, and we had to pull strings to even figure out how to get everybody one of them. But look, this one's good.
Sold out in an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it. Look at us. It's so hard not to, though.
I know. It's so good, though. It's also, he's your friend, too, so it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Am I biased? Maybe.
Maybe. So speaking of which, so how is your barrel coming along?
Actually, and I meant to pull a sample before I came on tonight, but I was in such a rush because I wanted to make sure everything was perfect. Today marks 2 months in the bottle. I mean, in the barrel.
Barrel?
Yeah.
Are you going to empty it and pause it for winter, or are you going to let it roll?
I'm still debating. I'm going to pull a sample tomorrow. I actually have to work tomorrow, but whenever I get home from work, I'm going to pull a sample and taste it and see where it's at because I don't want to over oak it, but I do want it to at least touch Texas Summer.
Yeah. So, but your flavor profile is kind of in the ballpark of where you want it, though, right?
I'm confused. So the barley content is higher than I wanted it to be. So it does have a little bit of that sourdough bready note, but it's evolving. Like Roy got apple on it last week. So it's evolving, and I don't know if it's going to evolve past that higher malted barley content. Yeah. So I'm curious of what the sample tomorrow is going to be like. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I was interested because you hadn't talked about it in a little bit.
I know. I'm nervous, and I don't know what I want to do. If I want to pause it and let it get to Texas Summer, or if I want to let it go until I like it, and then start a new batch that will go through the Texas Summer.
You know what might be interesting to do at some point? Do some. Well, can't do it on this batch, but a Texas Summer with like a honey barrel.
Yeah, I definitely do want to do a finished barrel at some point.
Yeah.
But my thought process was, do I want to do a fall winter compared to a summer? You know what I mean? Because it's so drastically different.
That is the thing about Alabama and Texas is that our winters are cold and our summers are hot.
And you're right, because if it can make it to like January, that's usually when we'll get at least one freeze is come January, February. So if it can make it till then, I would be curious of how that affects it.
Or in our luck, it's gonna be 3 degrees in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna be out there in the studio, and it's gonna freaking be
icicles.
Like icicles.
Real quick, Blythe said he did send you a message in the Discord, so you may. I don't know if you want to check that.
I don't know. I have to see.
Okay. So I'm curious, are you a daily drinker type of person, or are you somebody that wants a variety of bottles on your shelf and you can just grab whatever you want when you want?
Well, I thought we'd get back with you after this thing is over. Anyway, sorry, say that again. I got distracted.
No, you're good. So a lot of people have said the daily drinker is dead. Are you a daily drinker type of person, or would you rather just have a variety of bottles on your shelf that you can grab what you want when you want?
A variety of bottles on the shelf.
I think a lot of people are leaning that way.
I would rather have a bunch of really good bottles instead of having this one and be like, well, this isn't as good as the rest of my bottles, but I guess I'll drink it because it was cheap. Like, I mean, a lot of the bottles I have, like, I don't have any crazy bottles. So a lot of my stuff you could really consider daily drinkers. I've only got one bottle that was over $100.
Right.
I mean, they all hover around the $80 mark.
But I feel like that's a really good range. That 60 to 80 range is a place to live. Like, you could live there and get really good whiskey all the time.
Yeah, like, there's so much competition in that price range. I mean, almost it's everything from Still Austin is in that price range, isn't it?
Yes.
Everything from Still Austin is in that 60 to 80 range. Almost everything from Balcones is, except for their new one that I really want. That I won't find.
Yeah.
I would say all Penelope is in that price range.
Mm-hmm.
Except for how much was the light whiskey that you bought? Do you remember?
Right at $100 after tax, I think.
That's really not bad though for a 15-year whiskey though.
Right, you're talking about a 15-year.
For to put it in perspective, the the 15-year light whiskey that Southern Collective is selling is 140.
So yeah, I mean,
you're $50 cheaper than everyone else. And there's just so much competition. That's why. That's another thing too. Is like it feels like certain companies are kind of resting on their heritage.
Yeah.
And not really pushing the envelope forward. When you have people like Penelope and Falcones and even Barrel Bourbon for that matter, doing like these blends and these finishes on whiskeys and stuff, and you're just making the same stuff you make for 50 years, you're eventually going to get overtaken.
Yeah, and I like that you threw Barrel Bourbon into that because their stuff is just so good. Everything I've tried from them has been outstanding.
I'll have to bring this one with me to Texas too.
Which one is that?
That's the Armida.
Okay.
So this is bourbon whiskey finished in pear brandy rum in some Sicilian Amaro cask. Interesting.
I didn't realize anybody was doing pear.
Yeah, it is different. Let me tell you, it is a special pour. It is more like a cocktail in a bottle.
Really?
Than a bourbon. Like there's no like caramel and stuff in there. It's all fruit.
Wow. All fruit. Interesting.
Yeah.
So is there anything in the whiskey world that you think is just way overrated? And I don't mean like a distillery.
No, I don't either. I would say hyper-aged whiskey.
Okay.
To be honest. And that's not because of the 25-year Eagle Rare. It's just in general. Like, you'll have these companies come out with, and I'll use this bottle for example, so we won't keep it on the Buffalo Trace thing. This bottle right here.
Is that Calumet?
This is Calumet 15-year. This bottle retails for $150.
Yes, it does.
I paid $150 for this bottle. And to be honest with you, anything from Penelope, anything from Still Austin makes that taste like a daily drinker.
Wow.
So I think there comes a thing with hyper-aged whiskey where there's a law of diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm.
How much more are you really getting out of the whiskey? Because at some point you're just getting barrel taste, and you're not letting the whiskey's not really aging anymore. So I think hyper-aged whiskey, and then the Jefferson's Ocean stuff. That's way overrated.
I kind of agree with that one. There's only been one or two batches from the Jefferson's Ocean that I've tried that I thought were worth continuing to drink, or buying a bottle, I guess, would be the better way to say that. So I like where you're going with the hyper-aged whiskey. Kind of brings up a good point. Do you have any thoughts on that bottle of, I think it was Scotch that sold for like $2.7 million? That was like 86 years old or some crap or whatever it was.
Well, the thing about that is, though, the question is how old was the whiskey when it was put in the bottle?
I really don't. I couldn't tell you that.
Because the thing is the whiskey's not going to age in the bottle.
Right. Correct.
So you're really buying a whiskey for whatever age it was in the bottle.
Yeah, and there was one that I don't know if you were watching at that time or not, but I had put it on the green screen where it was like two hands holding some weird shaped bottle, and it sold for a crap load, but it was actually aged for like some outrageous number of years.
There's some 30-year scotches out there like that are being made right now. Lefroy has a 27-year scotch. Who was the other one? Claude has a 30-year Dark Arts. Like, and they sell for outrageous amounts of money.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and maybe it's just because we've been like, as with bourbon in the United States, when you've been in a barrel that long, it gets so oaky.
Yeah.
And it gets so overpoweringly oaky on it, and it gets that dusty, musty kind of thing going on with it. And Scotch is different though because the environment is so much different there.
Right. It's just, and that's crazy to think about because you're talking about a 30-year-old whiskey. That master distiller probably never saw. Like, he may have been dead and gone by that time. Like, he put all his life work into something that he never saw hit the shelf. Whereas somebody like Still Austin, they can age it for 2.5, 3, maybe 4 years, and it's really good bourbon.
See, that's what, that Deadling from Alabama, it's only aged for 4 years. When I get that bottle, I'll get a bottle of yours before I go to Texas to bring it down there to try. But it's dark.
Yeah.
It is dark. And so I'm like, it's the same thing with that shows you how much difference in environment changes what whiskey is.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, even with Penelope, like, their stuff's not super high aged either. So that just brings you to the point, does age really make that much of a difference? Because Penelope stuff, I mean, the 9-year, yes, it's really good. But their normal offerings are 5-6 years at the most.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, our good buddy JB over at Acre Distilling, he put it so eloquently, it's magic. It's barrel magic is what it is.
Yep.
So, and I thought that was funny whenever he said it, but it's kind of true because, I mean, look at all the different age statements, but yet there's so much good stuff, whether it's 2 years old or 9 years old.
It really is. There's so much competition. Like, I don't know. Like, now, that being said, if I had an opportunity to buy a George T. Stagg at retail, would I buy it? Well, of course I would. I would be an idiot not to. But would I be just as happy buying 2 bottles of Penelope that were like private selects that are different? Yeah, probably. Or a Lux Row 12-year, would I be just as happy with that? Yeah, probably. Probably happier.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Right. That's interesting. Blythe said the Seagrass is apricot brandy finished. That's kind of...
That's a rye, too.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, the different finishes and the stuff that Barrel is doing is really cool.
Their really experimental stuff, the Dovetail stuff, is crazy.
Is it?
And it goes for bonkers money on the market. It's like $500 a bottle.
Holy crap.
Yeah. They have some in Total Wine in Mitchell, Tennessee. I walked right next to the Almeria.
That is such a good bottle, though. That one I would spend the money on and not feel bad about.
That's going to be a hard sell for Sarah in Texas.
Yeah. Oh, you'll come across it. I promise you that.
Well, I'll come across it. And it may be on the website.
Yeah, just accidentally hit, oh no, babe, my credit card auto-filled. I don't know what happened.
That may be, instead of 4 or 5 bottles, it may be coming home with 2.
Yeah. Oh, this one falls right into your wheelhouse. Blythe said BTAC is the devil.
Not the devil. Not the devil. It's the devil's son. It's not the devil.
Cheers to that one. I like it. That's funny.
That's funny. Like me and you're our peoples, buddy.
Yes, for sure. It's been I'm glad he's been in the comments tonight. That's been a ton of fun. I do want to talk a little bit of college football. Since I've got you here.
Yes, please.
we've hit a little over an hour and a half, and I don't get you very often, so I'd love to talk a little bit of college football.
Hey man, you're the one that has to work tomorrow.
I know. I'm good. No, I'm good.
I'll stay on as long as you want to.
So it's championship weekend. We've both got the Oregon-Washington game on. Is this going how you thought it would? It's now 20-3 with a minute left in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Oregon's going down to at least kick a field goal.
Yeah.
No, I'll be honest with you. I kind of thought Oregon was going to blow out Washington.
I never thought they were going to blow them out, but I thought Oregon would win. They have looked like the better team overall.
Yeah, Washington's had way too many close games.
Yeah.
Against really inferior opponents like Washington State.
Yeah.
That was pass interference. Anyway, yeah, I kind of thought that Oregon would win this. I thought Bo Nix would have his Heisman moment tonight.
Yeah.
It looks like Michael Penix is having his instead. It really upsets me though. Speaking of college football, I really think Jay Daniels deserves it. The Heisman, because
I'll stand behind that.
It's the competition he's played, man.
Yeah.
And he's put up numbers every week. Heck, he was leading a drive trying to score against Alabama when he got his jaw broken half. But yeah. It's not I expect this one to go.
Blythe said Georgia's going to win. I'm assuming he means the...
Absolutely, Georgia's going to win. And all you Alabama fans can suck it. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Oh.
I will put that out there. I don't care who
So, before we dive into tomorrow's games, what are your thoughts on the most recent college football playoff rankings going into this week? And just to rattle them off real quick, Ohio State at 6, Oregon at 5, Florida State at 4, Washington at 3, Michigan at 2, and Georgia at 1.
I actually, with the way Georgia looked against Georgia Tech, I kind of expected the committee to put Michigan at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because they beat Ohio State. What concerns me about the rankings, if you go one lower, with Ohio State at 5 or 6, are they at 6?
6.
They put them at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you're basically saying, hey, if 2 of these teams mess up, you're ranking them ahead of Texas, which is weird to me, to be honest. I have no problem with the rankings, although I do think that Florida State's going to probably lose to Louisville tomorrow.
I do too. I agree with that.
Just because they don't have Jordan Travis. I just don't see them being able to.
Yeah, he's such a huge part of that team and what they do.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised that they put him at 4 because knowing that Rodemaker is not Jordan Travis.
He's not.
I think the Ohio State Texas ranking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oregon scored a touchdown.
Oh, okay. I'm slightly behind you. Oh, there it is. Nice grab. That was a hell of a catch. But
Yeah,
I think the Ohio State Texas ranking surprised the shit out of me. I mean, as much as I don't like to admit it, I think Texas deserved to be number 6 and be one of the first 2 out. Right, as of right now.
I do too. I mean, unless they go lay an egg against Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I have a problem with the rankings anyway, and there's going to be problems for me if Texas and Alabama both win tomorrow. Texas should go instead of Alabama.
It's going to be absolute chaos.
Texas should go instead of Alabama if they both win. Texas has a head-to-head win over Alabama at Alabama.
But his Texas's schedule less than Alabama's.
Well, how many ranked opponents has Alabama played?
Yeah, good point. And they play a lot of FCS schools in the SEC.
Yeah. Let me remind you, Alabama beat South Florida 17-12.
But you could make the same argument with Michigan and Ohio State. Neither one of them played very many good schools either.
Michigan's opponent record is 76-100.
Right. So, I mean, I think it would be absolutely amazing to watch Iowa beat Michigan tomorrow.
I would love it too. I would love for another team to feel Tennessee's pain of just playing. I would just love to see it. And I also hate Michigan so much. Not as much as I hate Ohio State. Love you, Kev, but F Ohio State.
Speaking of Kevin, he just chimed in and he said they ain't. Yeah, well.
One could only hope.
Yeah, right. OU is ranked too high. Blythe, I don't even like you anymore. I say nice things about you, and people come in and hate on the Sooners.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. I'm only allowed to talk crap about you about Oklahoma.
But that's because me and you feel the pain. You're a Tennessee fan.
Ain't no shit.
All right, so before we dive into any more of it, what are your thoughts on Tennessee's season this year as a whole? your Joe Milton experiment and all of that. And even Josh Heupel, he's an OU guy.
I'm gonna censor myself with how I say this.
Okay.
Cause
You don't have to.
I'm going to, because I could get very colorful with how I feel about this. It's a very bittersweet thing, because the thing is, what I've tried to remind myself is 8-4 is a heck of a lot better than where we used to be, where we're used to sitting at. So, is it hard to come off 8-4 but going 11-2? Yeah, but I've also got to think who we lost. We lost Hendon Hooker, who really, if we're being honest with each other, really probably should have been in New York at the Heisman ceremony. He kind of got screwed.
He kind of got hurt.
But it doesn't matter if he got hurt in the second to last game of the season. And he's going to play a garbage team the last game of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. They also didn't help. They were probably getting beat 64-24 by South Carolina.
But that might make the argument more so for him to win the Heisman, because they were that much worse without him.
Yeah, I know.
Which proves he's probably the Heisman winner.
It should have been. Like, he was... Anyway, that's last season.
Right.
I think the thing is I think this season goes to show, if you don't have the right quarterback in the right system at the right time, your team's not going to win big games. The thing about this year just shows me that Heupel didn't trust Milton in big moments. If you're up 20-7 on Alabama, at Alabama, why would you go conservative in the second half?
Yeah.
It's just questionable play calling all over the place. Like, defense looks like world beaters at some times, looks like crap at other times. I don't. It's bittersweet. It's kind of up and down year. But it's still a decent year. 8-4. A lot of teams would love to go 8-4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will be a lot more colorful and a lot more angry if we go 8-4 next year.
Right.
But me and you get to talk some major crap to each other next year.
Yes, we do. I'm excited.
That's going to be a fun week.
Yes, it will. And that's one thing I am excited about, because we're not only are we getting Oklahoma and Texas in the SEC, which is an absolute powerhouse. We're getting Texas A&M back. We're getting some absolute amazing matchups. But at the same time, we're getting a 12-team playoff.
Yeah, I know. Which means this year you would have had like 4 SEC teams in the playoff.
Yeah, right.
You would have had Ole Miss would have been in the playoff. Missouri would have been in the playoff. Alabama would have been in the playoff. Georgia would have been in the playoff.
Yeah, could you imagine?
I would love to see Michigan's defense try to stop freaking Cody Schrader, bro.
Yeah, no joke. That dude was an absolute beast.
Yeah, sum it up. Just, it's just a blood season. I mean, but you got to look at what Tennessee lost. Probably one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah.
The best wide receiver in the country. He won the Biletnikoff Award, at least. So, I mean, it's a lot to replace when you don't have deep recruiting yet, like Georgia does, and Alabama. When you're not quite to that point yet. So how you feel about Oklahoma's season, I'll bounce that back to you.
I was super happy right up until, whatever Oklahoma State was. Because I could have dealt with one loss. Like, it wasn't the loss we want to have, but the Oklahoma State loss really hurt. But watching the loss to Kansas, it was heartbreaking. Because
It was mud fight.
we're so much better than Kansas. Like, there was no reason for that.
No, there was not. Dylan Gabriel looked out of sorts.
Yeah.
He didn't look at how to play quarterback at all.
Yeah, and I text you about it and said, why are we running the ball 100 times when we have Dylan Gabriel?
Dude, that's Tennessee too. Like, hey, look, it's another pass to the right. Another pass to the right. Oh, guess what, shocker? It's another pass to the right.
Yeah. But I am happy to see the bounce back season. I mean, going 11-2, can't complain too much after a bad year last year. I think we went 8-4 as well, or may not even have been that good. last year was a bad year, and to see them bounce back the way they did. I think Jackson Arnold's going to be an absolute dog next year at quarterback.
So is Dylan Gabriel going to the draft, or?
He hasn't announced anything yet, and he actually surprisingly has one more year of eligibility. But he has been linked to Mississippi State and following Jeff Lebby, who has been hired as their head coach.
And let's go to a place where I'm going to get beat to death for 12 games. That's like a great idea. That's not a recipe for draft stocks.
No, but he was with Jeff Lebby at UCF, and then now Jeff Lebby at OU, and now that Jeff Lebby is the head coach at Mississippi, all the messes. It makes sense for him to follow him one more time.
Maybe, man, I don't know.
I don't like it, but
I don't think I think he has to stay one more year. I don't think he's done enough to prove the draft stock.
no. I mean, he was out a couple years, and then but this year he's done everything he should have done, and he was a true Heisman candidate for the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah.
Until that Kansas game.
So what does of the Heisman? What does your gut tell you who's going to win it?
I said it. It wasn't last week, was it? Maybe 2 weeks ago. Jaden Daniels is my Heisman winner. There is no competition.
I don't think so. I think so too, but I don't think the committee's going to give it to him.
I agree. I 100% agree. And Roy made really good points for Bo Nix and Michael Penix and whoever else. But in my heart to heart, Jaden Daniels is the Heisman winner this year. There is no argument.
Well, look at what they were without him.
Right.
They're nobody without him.
Right. And they were nobody when he got hurt last year, I think it was. And they had to play like everybody else other than him. But I sent you a screenshot of the stats whenever I think it was your buddy that said Jalen Milroe was the best quarterback in the SEC.
No, I sent you those stats. He was a
Yeah, exactly. Whichever way it was, just looking at it, I'm seriously how do you come up with that? A, and B, how do you argue against the dude who's averaging 80 rushing yards a game and over 300 yards passing a game?
He had 20 more touchdowns than
Exactly. What are we talking about?
He had 20 more touchdowns than everyone.
Okay, so
I think he deserves it, but my gut tells me, pending the rest of this game, if this game continues like this, I think Penix will probably win it.
And I wouldn't be mad if Penix won, because if you go back very early, Washington and Washington State, Penix and Cam Ward were two of my early loves for this season. I know Washington State fell off really fast. Cam Ward fell off pretty fast. But I really liked both of the Washington quarterbacks.
I thought Riley Leonard was a dark horse too.
He really could have been, and I hate that he got injured the way he did. Duke looked great. I watched a few Duke games, and I've never said that in my life before. But they looked really good.
Newsflash, that's why they're not on national TV. Not many people.
Yeah, exactly. Real quick, just to kind of dive into some of the comments, Kevin said Penix, Daniels, Nix, in that order.
Right now, I just looked at the odds. Right now, Bo Nix, before this game, was the far beyond favorite to win.
Yeah.
According to
everything.
ESPN is saying.
Right.
Everything is saying. But then you have this game, and I think that'll flip. I think Penix will. I think Jaden Daniels does deserve it. And if you go look at history, there have been teams that have lost multiple games where their quarterbacks won that.
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Robert Griffin III at Baylor.
Yes, that's a good, very nice pull.
Hey, I'm smart sometimes.
But that was to Kevin's point. Kevin said that too, since you mentioned it. But he said especially with the way tonight's game is going, and the fact that LSU has 3 losses, he's out. So
he has better stats than everyone else. I That's my thing, man.
above and beyond.
Not even close. And if you can be honest with each other, LSU's played a way tougher schedule than either Washington or Oregon has. I say that because of how bad USC wound up being. I'm taking my flowers right now. I told you Caleb Williams was overrated.
You win that one. You win it.
I told you.
I argued for Caleb.
I told you he wasn't it. I told you, bro.
I argued for that. I've argued for that guy, and now I look like an idiot. But I will give y'all that one. You win. Caleb Williams is not that guy.
It's gonna be. I feel bad for the team that drafts him.
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be bad.
Dude. Oh God, poor kid's gonna get beat to shit.
Yeah. That Kevin makes a really good point. If it was a stats game, Tommy Chang would have won the Heisman. That's a really good point. I mean,
but it's not the stats though. It's who.
So I want to ask this question. You know how I am. I got to break the stick real quick, as we call it. I got to run him. Let me go tinkle. But I want to ask this question. Talk through it. Is there a dark horse candidate like Jameson Williams a couple years ago from Alabama, the wide receiver? Is there a dark horse candidate for the Heisman?
Yes, there is. Kevin, I'm going to pull up my Facebook so I can see your comments.
All right.
I could see that, Kev, but
What do we got?
he said that he did this late in the year. He doesn't think so.
Well, Jameson Williams came on late last year.
I think the only one that there could be would be Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State.
But I wouldn't really call him a dark horse.
I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes fourth in the Heisman voting, to be honest with you.
Yeah. The couple that I was thinking of, if you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, Jonathan Brooks, running back from Texas, would have been first on that list.
Yeah.
If you're asking me for a super deep pick, Ollie Gordon. I'm sorry. Oh, hold on.
I thought I froze.
You did for a second. Ollie Gordon, the running back from Oklahoma State, has been absolutely dominant this year.
I haven't seen much of Oklahoma State play, to be honest.
And I didn't realize it until we played him. But then I went and looked, and Ollie Gordon, their running back, and I went and looked at his stats. I mean, he's been the best running back in the nation.
Do you think if Quinn Ewers had not gotten hurt, could he have made a run at it?
No. He's not what a Heisman candidate is. Is he a good quarterback? Yeah. But I don't think he's averaging but like 250-ish yards per game. He doesn't run. He's not going to throw for 50 touchdowns in a year.
I wouldn't be surprised. My gut tells me it's going to probably, just because of the 3 losses, even though we may not agree with it, it's going to be Penix or Nix probably.
Damn it. I didn't want to hear that.
I don't like it either, because you will see more when Texas and Oklahoma go to the SEC next year, and you see the size of these defensive linemen across the freaking, when Quinn Ewers is staring down a Jordan Travis, or not Jordan Travis, Jordan
Yeah.
Davis from Georgia
Yes.
put 397. You'll see the difference.
Oh, for sure. And Kevin said the same thing. Gordon is the only one on that list. Yeah, I mean, he's been really good, but you can't. I mean, A, I can't argue against Marvin Harrison. And B, you're not going to. None of those players are going to overtake a Penix, a Nix, or even a Daniels.
It's going to be one of the three quarterbacks. I think all three quarterbacks will be there.
Yeah.
They'll be the top three. And my gut tells me, now, if Nix pulls a crazy comeback in this second half of this game, he will probably secure the Heisman.
What I don't like is how adamant and how much ESPN got behind the Bo Nix thing.
Look, I said this close at the beginning of the year, too, right before the football season started, that I was afraid something like this was going to happen again. Because, that's how Peyton Manning got screwed out of the Heisman in 98 or 97. It was, who was it? Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson won that year.
ESPN got behind Charles Woodson in the last 2 games of the year and pushed all the votes to him.
Yeah, I don't think they should be able to do that. Like, I think you need to make your argument for every candidate that's being talked about as a huge media platform like ESPN.
I mean, some of it is. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Kev,
for that, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Kev said Harrison doesn't have the numbers, and if Ollie Gordon goes out and tears up UT, he might have a shot.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be one of the three quarterbacks.
It's a 3-man race at this point. I'd love to see somebody like Harrison or Gordon there. But you're right. I mean, it's a 3-man race at this point. I just hate that Jaden Daniels has 3 losses. I mean, it does hurt.
It does. I mean, I really thought they were going to blow out Alabama. Really did.
Yeah. So I mentioned it earlier, and we'll dive into the games here shortly. Jeff Lebby is the Mississippi State head coach. Dan Mullen is out. Texas A&M steals Mike Elko from Duke. Dana Holgerson is out at Texas. This one is a little less flashy. Jonathan Smith leaves Oregon State to take the Michigan State job. Any thoughts on the coaching carousel as it goes through?
I will say there's actually one mention there that I actually think is a little more disturbing to me. James Madison's coach, they were 11-1 this year.
Yes.
Big thing. He announced today he was taking the Indiana job.
Really?
Yes.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he's going to Indiana.
Wow.
So 1 year, bounces out, probably the best year that team's ever going to have.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's just like, deuces.
I hate that they got screwed out of their championship game. JMU was.
Oh, but did you hear they ruled after their championship game was already about to happen that JMU could be bowl eligible?
Seriously?
Yeah, after their championship game had already been announced, the NCAA comes out and says, we guess you can play in a bowl game.
Yes! Gotta love it. Because they were absolutely dominant this year. JMU looked like they could. I mean, they should have went undefeated. They were by far the best small group of 5 or whatever you want to call it school out there. I mean, they were dominant.
Yeah, they really were.
I mean, I think Liberty's still undefeated, but
they're actually playing New Mexico State right now.
Oh, are they?
Yes. Who absolutely obliterated Auburn a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they did. Who's winning? I don't know if you can pull it up quick enough, but who's winning that game?
I'm looking at it right now. My YouTube TV is being of the Bama variety right now.
Yeah. Kev, that's a good point, and I don't like to agree to that all the time, but it is. It's a quarterback award. The Heisman, I know they have the best quarterback in the nation award as well, but the Heisman is a quarterback award, and I don't know if I 100% agree to that.
It's a barn burner, by the way. It's 42-35 Liberty right now in the fourth quarter.
Holy Oh,
They're just throwing up points, bro. Like,
that is a hell of a game,
it's probably a better game than the one we were watching.
right? I should have switched over there.
Fun fact: Liberty's quarterback was actually committed to Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah. Before
Interesting.
Henry Hooker transferred in. Caden Salter.
Well, that name does sound familiar for some reason. Like I've heard it as a recruiting type name, like somebody to look out for.
He was the number 3. He was a number 3 player in the country when he came out.
That's probably why. Oh man.
Liberty.
So, and I like that you kind of went a little off the rails with that one. That's really surprising, especially in an Indiana job. I liked Indiana a few years ago. They had a really good running back. I can't remember his name. They looked pretty good, but it kind of just went to shit. So it's really surprising.
I will say it's surprising to me that Elko went back to Texas A&M too.
That's another one.
We kind of talked about that in the text message.
We did. We talked a little bit about that one.
Because it's like you're going from a place where you can win 10 or 11 games for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
And never be worried about ever being fired. If you don't win if you don't play for the SEC championship in year 3, you're getting fired at Texas A&M.
And they loved him in Duke, in Carolina. I mean, absolutely loved that guy.
Like I just don't. That one doesn't make sense to me. It almost seems like they just settled.
A&M?
A&M settled. That's what it feels like. Because.
But I think
the money will get whoever they wanted.
Every coach in the nation was linked to A&M at one point. Like they were talking about Dabo Sweeney and Dan Lanning. I think Lincoln Riley was brought up at one point.
Kiffin was brought up at one point.
Kiffin, I mean, yeah. Every coach in the nation was linked to A&M. Why they went with Elko, I don't know. And why Elko would decide to leave Duke after what he built is surprising.
It feels like a money thing for A&M. They didn't want to get caught up in another big contract for another big guy.
Right.
But they're only paying him $1.5 million a year.
But they gave him like $11.5 million for his staff. Like they gave him like, do whatever you want.
I mean, I know, man, but I wouldn't have taken that job because of the expectations at A&M. The expectations of winning a national championship like that when you've never even played for an SEC championship before.
Because money is no option.
Yeah.
They should be able to sign, and they have been, a top 5 recruiting class every year, but it never pans out.
I would be interested to see what Elko does with all those 5 stars that Jimbo brought in.
Yeah.
Were they really that good, or were they really 5 stars? Was it coaching, or what was it?
Yeah.
There's a common denominator here. All of Jimbo's recruiting classes went to crap as soon as they got to A&M. So,
and that's another good point by Kevin. Do recruits want to play at A&M or Duke? If you're a recruit, where would you rather go?
I mean, the thing is, though, I would say think about you're going to be able to get flashy stats at Duke, though, because you're going to play inferior competition if you a bunch of 5 stars go.
I mean, look at Riley Leonard. He was.
Daniel Jones tricked the Johnson to prepping him number 4.
I mean, Riley Leonard didn't start playing football till like his junior year of high school. He was a basketball, like highly recruited basketball player.
Yeah, that is crazy. I just thought about that. I forgot Daniel Jones played for Duke. So.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is a really good point.
He got $30 million to suck. To the Giants.
And that's a really good point too, Kevin. He said, plus you have to go into Duke as an actual student. That's not an easy task.
A&M standards are really high too.
They are.
So that Duke, that's why schools like these other schools that are like in the Ivy League and stuff like that, why they'll never be football powerhouses, is because you have to be, you got to be a scholar to get
Right.
into these things. Man, it's yeah.
Does it make a difference as a highly recruited student athlete? Does it really make a difference?
Not now like it used to. Used to it did, but not now because they'll buy you tutors. If they really want you there that bad, they will find a way to get your grades. They need to. They will find a way, boy. Like,
Harvard's going to be a powerhouse in 2 years.
I mean, it's. I hate where college football is going in a lot of ways. I love that Oklahoma and Texas are going to be in the SEC, but I hate the what college football is becoming.
Yeah.
Itself.
And that brings up a good point. I want to say welcome back, Sherwan. Glad you could tune back in. He is back on the show and in the comments. And B, something else I wanted to bring up that I saw as a college athlete, you're supposed to still, quote unquote, maintain your amateurism as not a professional athlete. JT Daniels came out today saying, I'm retiring from football. As a college athlete, can you call it retiring? Or is that reserved for the NFL?
If it's injury related, not JT Daniels because he clearly played for half the schools in the FBS.
Yes, he did. 5 schools later.
When you wind up at Rice, I think it's time to hang it up, bud. Like,
But there's
at freaking USC, you wind up at Rice, something went wrong.
right. Somewhere along the way you went wrong. But it's been said in the past, college football players have come out and said, I am retiring from football due to injury-related things. Is it retiring if you're still a quote-unquote amateur, or is that something that is reserved for the NFL?
I think it's still retiring.
So could I have retired as a baseball player with 1 year under my belt in college or in high school? What if a high school player comes out and says I'm retiring? Is that
I think you have to have like a years of service thing. I think if you're like a junior or a senior and you're saying, "Oh, I've got like a terrible knee injury. I'll never be able to play football at a high level again. I'm going to retire and forgo the rest of my eligibility."
Okay. I like that. Yeah. That makes sense. All right. So we got games tomorrow. Big games.
Yes, we do.
It starts out with Oklahoma State versus Texas for the Big 12 championship. Oklahoma State is plus 500 underdog. The spread, the last time I saw it was like 13.5. I don't have it pulled up right this second.
Texas by 13.5?
Yeah.
Oklahoma State to cover for sure. That's going to be a close game.
You think so?
I think so. I'm talking like a touchdown or a field goal. Roy's going to freaking
Oh, this is awesome.
Roy's going to kill me.
Yes, I love it.
But
Mike Gundy has played Texas close every time they've played and or won. I think he has a winning record against Texas, actually.
Now, granted, Texas did blow out Oklahoma State earlier in the year, though.
Yeah, true. But they don't have Jonathan Brooks. I don't know. I agree with you. I think Oklahoma State covers the 13.5, 14, 12.5, whatever it is now.
I would say 13. I would say pick Oklahoma State to cover Texas to win in a close game. I think Texas will find a way to win.
Yeah. I think you're right on that one. Part of me wants chaos tomorrow. Like absolute chaos.
I do too. Those of us have no dog in the fight.
We just burn. Yeah. and we'll get to it here in just Kevin said Pokes cover. So Oklahoma State, he's taking the points. He said UT wins. So he agrees with us. The next game after that one is Georgia versus Alabama. Georgia, last time I checked, was a 5.5 point favorite.
They are 6.5 now.
Is it 6.5 now?
It was right at a 6.5, right around a touchdown.
Okay. So
Last
what do you think?
Okay, so I'm trying to disconnect myself from the last time I watched Alabama play football.
Okay.
Because if that Alabama team shows up, they're going to get beat by 28. That's the facts. Because that Alabama team is not going to stop Brock Bowers. They're not going to stop Ladd McConkey. So I'm going to say, let's say it's 5.5. Let's say it's 5.5.
If it comes in at less than a touchdown.
Georgia to cover and win.
Kevin agrees. UGA covers. If I can get it at 5.5, I'll take Georgia. If I get it anything touchdown or more, I'm taking Alabama.
You will know early in that game if Bama's going to be able to play with Georgia or not.
Yeah.
Look at the first drives of Georgia. If Georgia runs right down the field like Auburn did, so
well, that's a lot like the TCU game the championship game last year. You saw it at the very beginning. I was like, nope, this is gonna suck.
If they get out, I will say this: it'll be a close game if Bama can score with Georgia. If Georgia gets the ball first and they score, and Bama can't answer, Georgia will win by 3 touchdowns.
Wow, bold prediction.
If Bama can score with them, it'll be less than a touchdown game. It's all going to depend on which Jalen Milroe shows.
Nope, you said it here. Georgia by 3 touchdowns.
I said if Bama cannot consistently score with Georgia.
No, I agree.
So that's my opinion. I really don't care who wins, to be honest with you. Although
as an SEC fan-ish, you're a Tennessee fan, so you belong to the SEC. Who do you want to win that game?
Georgia, because no one else is beating Georgia besides Alabama.
Okay.
No one is. I'm sorry. The offensive lines of these Pac-12 teams are not going to stop Georgia from getting the ball.
Right.
They're just not.
Yeah.
And they have the defenses to cover Ladd McConkey. And heck, SEC defenses can't cover Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
So I don't see, especially if they play a team like, if Texas wins and Georgia plays Texas.
Can we just agree that a dude that is named Ladd McConkey is like tearing up, even whenever Brock Bowers was out?
Yeah.
That dude's name is Ladd McConkey.
That is a great name. That is a football name, bro. That's the only name that you can ever be said to straight face. Any profession. I would not want a doctor named Ladd McConkey.
No.
But I'm okay with the wide receiver named Ladd McConkey, though.
Yes, very much so. Next on the docket. This one hits for another functional friend, as we like to call y'all. Michigan versus Iowa for the Big Ten championship. Kevin called it while we were still talking about the Big 12 championship. And we know where he stands. He said Iowa by 100 because he can't say the M in Michigan.
Michigan by 28.
Wow.
Yeah. Sarah's calling me. Hold up a second.
Okay. If you need to mute, you please feel free.
Give me just a second.
Yep. Go ahead.
That was I'm on the pod. She hung up. Never mind.
Okay.
You can text me.
Okay. Are you? I just don't want it to be an emergency.
She's just telling me she's on her way home.
Oh, okay. Be careful, Sarah. Wow. Michigan by 28. I don't think they can score 28.
I think they can.
That Iowa defense is legit.
Iowa's defense is
legit. Admit it.
How many points did they play Ohio State this year?
Did Iowa? Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't pay that much attention to the Big 12. The Big 10. You know what I know about the Big 10 and Iowa is that Kirk Ferentz had a stipulation in his contract that if they didn't average 24 points a game offensively, he was not going to be retained, which I think is absolutely stupid. Let's see.
I'm looking at their.
Kevin said nope.
No, they didn't. Yeah, I mean, I might be wrong. No team. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Jesus.
You're looking at Iowa's defense, huh?
No one has scored more than 17 points on.
I don't think Michigan can score 28.
Should we do a some friendly wager on this?
Ooh. What are we thinking?
I don't know.
All right. And we can talk it out. We've got a little bit of time.
We can bet a cigar when I get to Texas.
Okay, I can do a cigar. I was thinking a bottle of bourbon, but
I'm not doing a bottle. Sarah will kill me. Okay.
all right,
we'll do a cigar.
We'll do a cigar. We got to figure out an over-under. Because I'm going to say under, and I think you're saying over. Are we setting it at 28? 28 and a half.
Michigan has to win by 28.
Oh.
And
you're feeling confident.
I know. I'm just saying, okay, they scored 42 on Ohio State last week.
So here's a fun fact.
They scored 36 on Ohio State last week.
The last two Big Ten championships that Michigan has been a part of, they've scored over 40 points. I don't think they score more than 30 this weekend.
Okay, so all right. Do we want to say that? Do the bet on Michigan scores more than 30 then, instead of doing a spread?
I mean, if you're going to set it at 28, I'll take that all day because I know I'm getting a good cigar out of it.
Hey, I was going to get you one anyway.
Oh. All right, let's do that. Since you say that, we'll do that. Over, under, Michigan, 30 points. If it's under, you owe me a cigar. If it's over...
So over, under, they score 30, or over, they win by 30.
No. Michigan has to score 30. More than 30 points, and I'll buy you a cigar.
So we're saying 30 and a half then. So it's got to be over 30. So it's got to be like 30 more.
Yeah, 30 and a half.
Okay. I'll take that. One cigar. It's not a big deal.
All right.
It's a friendly.
Yeah. A gentleman's wager.
I'm not confident enough to bet you a bottle of whiskey. I'm confident enough to bet you a $15 cigar.
All right.
Hey, you know what? Hey, let's make it even funner though.
Okay.
Be any cigar in the Heart of a Lions lineup.
Ooh.
Keep it within the
family?
Keep it within the family.
I like it. All right. Any Heart of a Lion cigar, over under 30. I like it. I'll go with that.
Yep.
Shit. So just for fun, since we're talking about that game, I'm curious of what the actual over under is.
It was 14, I think.
The spread. Oh shit. Michigan minus 22.
What'd I say?
You said 28.
I said 28. Like,
damn. Sherwan chimed in. He's still watching. He said, let's go. Keeping it in the family, baby. We keep it in the family.
Hey, Sherwan, I can't wait to meet you, buddy, when I come to Texas.
Yes.
You're going to be the best. Can't wait to meet you.
Yes. Sherwan, are you? Hopefully, you're still coming to Southeast Texas Whiskey Fest, correct? I know. I'm excited to see you again. Like I said, we're keeping it in the family. Definitely consider you functional family at this point. Hopefully you'll be there. He said, I'll supply the cigars for the bet. Let's go! What?
No! My man. My man.
That is what I'm talking about. That's awesome. All right, we got it. That's awesome. But yeah, if Sherwan is there in January, I can't wait for you to meet him. Love that dude, obviously. But yeah, for sure. So the spread is right now. The spread is -22 Michigan. Can they cover?
What's the over under? What's the point total?
I don't know if ESPN shows that or not. Let's see. I don't know. Over over under 34.5.
This is gonna be it's gonna be great.
Oh, and Sherwan said, yes, we'll be there with 3 exclamation points.
Party in Beaumont, baby.
Yes, it's going to be such a great weekend.
Once we know what's going on Friday night, we'll have to figure out a hangout or something.
I feel like we're going to all be hanging out Friday night for sure. All right, so over under 34.5, Michigan -22. What do you...
Oh crap! You better watch this Oregon-Washington game. It just became a game.
Oh shit! 17-20. Oregon is mounting a comeback.
And Phoenix just threw an interception too.
Oh yeah, he did. There it is.
Oh shit! At the 52.
Is this Penix's moment?
He just blew it. If it is.
I mean, not Penix, Nix. Penix, Nix, same thing.
Well, Nix just threw a touchdown pass a second ago.
Oh my gosh.
That was such a bad pass. That was so bad.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm taking it outside of the whiskey.
Is that the C923 larceny?
It would be the C923 larceny.
Ooh. I have
my pickup that wife said, "Hey, you can't buy any more whiskey." I said, "But honey."
But babe.
She said, "Hey, it's your birthday weekend. You can buy it." I said, "It's only $6." It was. I got this for $60 with tax.
Ooh, nice pickup. Very nice.
Very nice.
Have you Have you popped it yet?
Oh yeah.
What do you? I figured. What are your thoughts?
It is really good, man. I got to bring it with me. Don't you still have a Weller Foolproof?
Yeah, I've got a Weller Foolproof, and I've got Larceny. I think it's B.
Okay, so this
from last year.
So this is weeded.
Right.
So I really want to try this C923 up against Weller Foolproof.
My Foolproof is a Longhorn store pick.
So this, apparently, people have done this up against Weller Foolproof, and they said this is better.
Ooh. Look, you can't have a whole suitcase of whiskey that you bring to Texas.
We're driving. I can bring as much as I want.
Okay, fine. Because we've got a lot of bottles that we can compare at this point.
Well, I'm probably just gonna bring.
You're gonna have to bring at least 3.
So you wanted me to bring this one.
That one, your Architect.
And that was it, wasn't it?
That was the 2 that I said yes.
Yeah.
So
I'll probably bring that Architect.
The 3rd will be dealer's choice.
If I can get that Detling.
Oh yes, the Detling. If you can get that one.
You have to take that up with Sarah.
Sarah, honey. What if we go splitsies on it? I'll have cash in fist waiting for you.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
You mean to buy another whiskey, so I mean I'm not gonna hate it, but the wife's the one.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, that's so good.
Hey, we've got a new YouTube comment. I cannot see for shit. I should have worn my glasses. No smoke. Yes, we are doing a smoke. I can read that one. I cannot read your name, and I apologize for that. We are doing the Heart of a Lion Cigar Company King. It is a full-bodied cigar. It is absolutely delicious, as I love to say.
Speaking of cigars. cigars, I got a question. Recommend me a new cutter because this cutter sucks bad. Because it's ruined that cigar that was so good.
Yes.
It caused it to fray. Because that's not really sharp enough to cut like I needed it to.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be a sharp one. I'll send you a couple of recommendations. I could probably get Roy to send you some too.
I got over halfway through it before it started.
Yeah.
Fraying on me, but
spiraling out of control.
oh, dude, there was ash going everywhere.
Oh shit! And are you straight cutting or are you V cutting?
Straight.
See, and speak of the devil, Roy chimed in. You got a V cut, Jake. I agree. I have turned into a 100% V cut guy. I love the V cut.
Does that keep it from fraying as bad if you V cut it?
So, and I know you can't see it, but so instead of cutting it straight across, you're getting all of the outside edge, and it comes in like this.
Okay.
So it allows for a lot of airflow through it, but at the same time, you can't really screw it up as much as you can a straight cut. We'll definitely recommend a V-cut moving forward. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I knew when I went to cut it earlier that I was having more resistance than I really should have.
Mm-hmm.
Because did the whole thing where you put it down on the table.
Yeah.
So you don't go too far. And I felt it resist a little bit, and I probably should have stopped. But I was ready to smoke the thing. It's what it is. Yeah, if one of y'all could send me a couple of V-cut.
Yeah. Roy, since you have chimed back in, if you'll look a couple up on, because I mean you can get them pretty quick and pretty cheap on Amazon. There's quite a few good V cutters. I know Roy can send you a couple of them.
Buck, you have to try the C923.
Oh gosh. All right. One more time. I'm gonna step out. Do whatever you got to do. If you can do a TikTok dance, I'm still gonna convince everybody you're gonna do it. One more time, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Hey, so when Bucky's away, send all your gin to Beaumont, Texas. He loves gin. His favorite is Scotch, especially Isla, the super peaty stuff. And if he doesn't drink it, Roy will. But thanks everybody for joining in tonight. It's been a good podcast. Enjoyed myself.
I like that I've thrown you to the fire on your very first ever live anything.
Hey, don't worry. I just no. When you watch it back, you'll heard some things I just said.
Oh man. Oh shit.
I told everybody what your favorite alcohol is.
Oh great. I can't wait to watch it back.
Bucky loves gin.
Oh my gosh. It's
and he heated Isla Scotch.
Oh god, no. I don't know which is worse. Let's be honest. I don't know which is worse at this point. Roy hashtag gin is in.
Oh no.
Blythe said with lots of peat. Damn you guys.
Well, I just party fouled. You broke a bottle earlier. I just spilled C923 in my lap. So
what are you doing?
I just got pissed myself.
Oh man.
Well, you know how we fix this, Bucky?
Oh. There you go. Pour some more. Pour some more.
It literally, Sarah's going to come in here and think I pissed my pants.
Yes.
Sarah's going to think I pissed myself.
She's going to hate me. She's like, Bucky made you pee yourself, huh?
We have laughed a lot.
We have. So this is this is actually really good information. Heart of a Lion Cigar Co. says straight cut for the box press, such as Dark Habano.
Oh, good to know. What do you know?
You don't happen to have one of those, do you?
Oh, quit it.
I keep alternating. I can't pick one. I have literally alternated the 9-year and the toter pick.
I like both of them. I just wanted to drink. I had an excuse to drink Larceny, but I don't normally just sit down and just drink.
Right?
So I'm like, I'm on the functional gentleman. We're gonna drink 108 proof whiskey. Let's go.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, now my pants are sticky.
Yes. That's what she said.
And not in a good way.
I didn't even take you to a strip club. Oh, don't get shy on me now.
Hey, man, I'm gonna be in Beaumont, Texas.
You don't want to go to a strip club in Beaumont, Texas.
In the world of Charles Barkley, they got them big ones down there in San Antonio.
That's terrible. That's terrible right there.
Man, they got them big ones down there.
Oh, God dang. See? Off the rails. It never fails. It doesn't matter who's on the show. We're off the rails.
This would be so much worse if Roy was there with you. We would have gotten like messed up.
Oh, man. It's been a ton of fun. All right, we got one more game. Louisville, or how are you supposed to say it when you're from Kentucky? Louisville.
Just say Louisville like a normal human being.
Right, no. Louisville.
Kiss your sister. Call it Louisville, please.
You're the one from Alabama, not me.
I don't have a sister, so.
I do. Damn it. All right. Louisville, Florida State. Bold prediction.
I got a bold prediction.
Okay, not pertaining to the game. Had Louisville had a better quarterback than Jake Plummer, they'd be in college football playoff consideration right now.
Yes, they would have won last week, and if they'd have beat Florida State, they would have been in the playoff.
Kentucky, and then beat Florida State.
Mm-hmm. They would have been in the playoff. I really do think that because of Florida State being number 4.
Kevin, hold on. Kevin tried to give me a pronunciation. Louisville.
Okay, first of all, we're not taking pronunciation from people from Ohio.
No, no. We are from the South. We are not taking any pronunciation from anybody from up north.
Anybody that calls themselves the Ohio State University needs to get out of the chat.
The Ohio State.
The Ohio. There's one Ohio State, dumbass. God.
There's only one. I don't even know.
You can't beat the if you're the only damn college called Ohio State. God, Kev's gonna hate us. We're gonna get just by the hall monitor.
Hall monitor.
I'm gonna get Kev a shirt that has Paul Blart Mall Cop on.
I want to get one that has like the police badge thing going across it. Hall monitor.
No, Bucky, we need to get him one. You know the super flamboyant cop from Reno 911 with the boots on, and get a picture of that.
So he's chiming. He is chiming in, by the way. First comment: you hate us because you ain't us because we're making fun of the Ohio State. Second comment: I hate you, but
there ain't much to hate.
second comment: I hate you both. You love us, Kev. We love you, and you love us. Golly.
I'm glad Sarah's bringing me food because
yes, very much so. I promised my wife I would be home by 10 o'clock, and I don't know if we're gonna make that.
It's not important.
I know.
Like, but we can if you need to.
I mean, okay, all right. So Louisville and Florida State. All right, so we got Florida State is a 1.5 point favorite. Over under of 46.5. We know Florida State has Rodemaker at quarterback, not Jordan Travis.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? Can Louisville pull this out?
With Rodemaker, yes. With Rodemaker playing quarterback for Florida State, yes.
Okay.
Florida State couldn't even score 20 points, or they only scored 20. Oh, sorry, they only scored 23 points on Florida last week. So, I think, hey,
What happened?
no, it's Roy's joined back in.
Did he? I don't have anything.
Oh, he's here on my screen.
Oh. Like in.
Yeah.
Where is he? Oh, he's not on my screen.
Nope.
Dang.
He likes me more than you, Bucky. That's why he's on mine and not yours.
I don't know what to say to you right now. I thought we was friends. No, I want to create it.
He's at Texas Tales, is what he's.
Hang on. Add source. Roy. Collab cam 2. Stream. There he is. What's up, buddy? You're giant. Hang on, you're giant.
Roy, we have said some outlandish things tonight. It's been rough.
both of y'all right there. You see it? Oh.
Did you like that, Roy?
Hey. Do they have my bottle? I was promised a bottle. I messaged the Texas Tail Facebook page, and I was promised one. I'm sad now. Well, I have Nick's number, so we'll figure that out. You're right. Laney has more power than Nick.
Well, Roy,
I'll take the open bottle. I'm fine with that. All right. Hold on. Jake has a question.
Roy, you missed me the entire class of varsity bird in my lap a minute ago.
You're gonna have to mute Roy every time hold on.
I dumped an entire glass of Larceny Barrel Proof in my lap earlier.
He said, "I don't know if you can come back on."
I ain't bringing a bottle with you, asshole.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. How is it? Give us some goodies. I want to know. Okay. Can I Cash App her?
Oh, praise.
Nice. Yeah.
Is it?
It is it their straight bourbon or is it a weeded bourbon? Is it? I need. Okay. I'm gonna need Laney's number. I need to. I need that bottle. Okay. Jake laughed. Jake gets it. He knows. So how what's the vibe like at Texas Tail? What's going on over there? Okay.
Oh crap!
Everything okay?
Or
Hold on. Jake, what was that?
Oregon just took the lead.
Oregon just took the lead after being down 20-3. Oh, are you? Nice. That is breaking news.
Hey, Bucky, tell.
Holy shit. Go ahead, Jake.
Bucky, tell Roy about our bet.
Oh, so me and Jake have a gentleman's bet. Michigan has to score more than 30 points against Iowa. And it's a cigar if they don't. What do you think? I might be able to talk him into 2 cigars. Yes, they are. Okay. Okay. We can't read it. I don't know, maybe. Probably not. Yeah. I might be able to cut it and crop it and do all that good stuff. We love those guys. Yeah, if you can invest. I don't know either. I don't know. We've been talking about that for a little while now. We want chaos because we have no dog in the fight. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Yes.
I've had a good time.
Shit.
Hey, I've had a good time.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
It's got like a sweet pepper to it. It's kind of weird. Like it's not that rye pepper that we're kind of used to. It's more of a sweeter pepper. It's a good bottle. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Interesting.
I'm trying to see if I can get it less for 175 though. I'm not gonna lie.
let me know who I gotta send money to. Yeah, it's okay. We got this. Yeah, we got it. We got this. Yeah, right. I thought that's what I keep telling Jake. We're professionals. We do this. Nope. Yes. All right. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Real quick, we got Kev says, go Dogs, go Hokies, go Hawkeyes. Yep, go Pokes. What you got? Hey, Brandy. Ooh. Oh, okay. So we got s'mores shots. We got hot chocolate with peppermint vodka. She's a bartender.
Bartender.
Barista. Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
You good? You good, Jake?
Yeah, that drink was a little spicy. That drink was a little hot. That had a lot more ethanol on it than the other one did.
Okay.
So
Good. Jake, what are you still drinking the C923, Jake?
oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on it? Give me some tasting notes on the C923.
It's just, man, it's so, you know how we talked about with the Penelope where it was like just that rich caramel, silky marshmallow mouthfeel?
Mm-hmm.
Think of that cranked up to freaking 11.
Nice. Love it.
I just,
Yeah.
wow.
Jake's, I don't know if you can see him, but Jake's rubbing his forehead. I love it.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, hey, but here's the real question: what's the secondary price?
So what are your thoughts on a Chris Stapleton Buffalo Trace collaboration? Yeah. Jake, what are your thoughts?
But if you can actually find it for $40, like, yeah, but I can't wait till someone has it for $350 on secondary market. Yeah.
I love it. Blythe said he had the same joke, Jake.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, look, I like Buffalo Trace.
We all do.
But yeah. Well, it's people like us, our fault though, because dumbasses like us. That's the problem.
Oh, is that the hot chocolate? Ooh, very pretty. Cause so I saw earlier in the Discord somebody said Weller Special Reserve was on sale for $200 up north. I think Wisconsin or something. I can go up the road right now and get Weller Special Reserve for like $27. Ooh, nice. Yeah.
I tell you right now, if I had one of those, I'd be freaking out there with my dick in the car.
I love it. I love it. Oh, shit. Yeah.
The mints, man.
No. But even since moving into whiskey, like Texas Tell's vodkas is actually good.
Where can I?
Probably. Jake, what were you saying?
I got it, man. Get my wife a bottle of that.
Yeah. And they've got some good flavored ones too, as well. Flavored vodkas, Jake.
Sarah loves vodka.
Yeah, that one's really good. I gotta figure out y'all's directions. Roy's over here. Roy is over this way. No, this way. Roy's here. Jake's this way.
looks like you're doing the damn YMCA dance. What's going on here?
I'm trying to be the mediator. Hey, I do what I do. I'll never be Kevin. Mr. Hall Monitor himself.
Roy, I decided earlier we needed to get Kevin a shirt because he's the hall monitor of the flamboyant cop from Reno 911 driving the front shirt.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait for the comment back on that one. Yeah.
Damn you, Roy. Damn you, Roy. Freaking vodka went out or freaking whiskey went out my damn nose, son of a bitch.
Whiskey went out of his nose. Couple.
Hey, I'm a damn professional. All right.
All right, we're professionals. Oh shit. Kevin said he can't hear you for some reason. But Kevin, real quick, Roy said you're a mix of a whole lot of different not good cops. Oh, crapola. All right, guys. My wife, she said, have fun. I'll be asleep when you get home. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, she said she'll be asleep. I have to work tomorrow, and I need my sleep. I gotta work tomorrow too. That's right. We're having fun. I don't know why. I don't know why anybody can't hear you.
I mean,
Yeah, right. Kevin said, "Hey, Brandy."
hey, Sarah. Come see.
Interesting. The Brandy's drinking some kind of fruity shit. I don't know what it is.
Sounds super fruity.
Super fruity. Oh wait, vodka, blue curacao, pineapple, pina colada, and soda.
Oh, okay.
So fruit booty shit.
Hey, Kevin said there he is. All right, so everybody can hear you now.
Okay, good, fantastic.
Sherwan chimed in and said, "Okay, line therapy." That's it,
I'm
baby.
not gonna lie. I wish I had a line therapy with me right now, but I can't smoke in the distillery. So
Good point. There it is. Look,
all good.
Is that the Dark Habano?
Nice. That's a good one.
Very good,
That's a good one.
dude.
Yeah, I'll share I'll share some of my Amazon stuff with you, Jake, so where we get you a good V cutter.
Yeah.
Hey, I will
Yeah.
not be in the house anymore because Sarah came in and says it smells like a damn cigar.
That's why we have we have a filter in the studio. That's why it doesn't smell like that.
Exactly.
Right now, I'm sure it smells like fresh paint. Did you tease any of that, by the way? Okay.
I said we were gonna show it next week whenever you were back in the studio.
What the hell was that?
Hey, it's Sarah, everybody. What's going on?
Oh my goodness, it's the Sarah. Fantastic. Hey, so when are you moving to Texas? Just curious.
Texas just. Hey,
The cat be in our house 2 years, so give me till March.
hey, y'all want to meet Moose?
Oh my goodness,
Hey,
it's a dog.
puppy.
It's a puppy. We like puppies.
This is Moose.
Oh, hey,
Moose.
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 Say hi to the internet, Moose. You can be famous.
Moose from what?
Sarah just got. Sarah just got
There's a lot of football movies. I need you to be a little more specific.
hey, Sarah said orange.
Oh, no, there's a Billy Bob. Yeah, that's Varsity Blues. Funny stuff.
Oh, it's
My wife Dana recommends the Fish Bowl. If you're at Texas Tell,
The Fish Bowl?
the Fish Bowl.
are good.
I don't even see that.
Hey, Bucky.
Mm.
To Roy's question that asked when we're moving to Texas, Sarah said March.
Nice.
Dang. Okay.
Yes.
I'll
it.
I'll start the countdown.
She said we got to be on our.
That's a countdown that you need to put on your phone.
That's the kind of we put on my phone.
Yes. That's
That's
awesome.
Love you, honey. I'll be there in a few minutes.
That's funny. That is super funny.
Just got home from babysitting.
Ah.
She said I've been babysitting and you've been here getting drunk.
Hey, she got to watch Frozen.
She did.
So you
There's
know
nothing
what?
wrong with that. I
You
like
know what?
Frozen.
You know what we learned from Frozen? Just let it go.
Let it go.
Oh, you say
That and snowman melt when it's hot.
Yes, snowmen melt when it's hot. Jake, what were you saying?
You say just let it go. I'll be hearing about this cigar smell for 3 fucking
Oh,
days.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I knew it would be a problem whenever we all agreed that you were smoking a cigar in your house.
Invest in a Metafy filter.
Yeah.
That's what we use in the studio.
Roy Sherwan says, "Hey." He waved.
Oh. I'll flash him.
Yeah, no.
He's like, yeah, no.
No. Ooh.
That's funny.
Breaking out the
Ooh,
double
look,
single
I
barrel.
saw that.
Yeah, nope. Don't you
Double
do
single
it.
barrel.
Don't you do it either.
Wait a minute. Are we doing this or are we doing this?
What is wrong with
I
you
do either
guys? What is
We can do that too.
Yep.
Too sweet too.
Too sweet. No, you don't watch wrestling, dude. You don't get it.
Oh, I got that one.
Okay, you got that one?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
too
that
sweet.
Yeah.
Man, that's really good.
Hey,
That a,
an adult
that a
hot
baby
chocolate.
Shawan. Hashtag Boomer Sooner, baby.
hey,
Wait a minute. What conference championship are they playing in?
Go.
Oh, shit.
I hope you trip. I hope you trip coming out of Texas Hill.
I got an Uber. It's fine.
Hey, Roy, you haven't been here all night, so let me talk to you.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you guys.
So much fun. So much fun. I got notifications. I got a lot of them.
Oh shit! All right, you two talk to
Okay.
each other. I don't know why we just keep going, and I just keep having to pee. So
Are you going to the bathroom again?
can y'all hear each other?
With your little hobbit feet and your little bladder and your little pee-pee and all that good stuff? I mean, God.
Let me put
Tiny
it in the
waffle
gray
hands?
screen.
First of all, it's green, not gray. God.
We need to get Bucky's prostate checked. Something's not
So
right.
what? So wait a minute. Now that Bucky's gone, if you go onto the Facebook page, the address on the Facebook page is for the studio. Send all the gin and all the scotch to that address,
Super.
and we'll make Bucky drink all the gin and all the scotch.
Hey, can we mislabel an Octomore as something like super fruity?
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure something out. Just don't send him our big wee beastie. He knows what that tastes like.
we need to get
Because we wrecked his palate on that. Like literally wrecked it.
Oh man. Hashtag 10 is in, baby.
Hey, so before you sit down, if everybody's sending samples, they need to send them to the address that is marked on the Facebook page.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes. Send all the samples to that address. It's fine.
Wait a minute.
What do you mean, wait a minute?
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on.
Hey, not me and Roy conspiring to do anything.
We're talking whiskey samples, right? We're talking?
What happened?
Okay.
I don't want to be here no more.
You lie. You still lie.
Y'all both forget I have all the power. I don't know which finger to point up and which one to point this way. This is super confusing.
Wait a minute. How do you have all the power?
I have the mouse.
Me and Roy,
I have the building.
we'll do our own live without you.
Yeah, I have the building and I'm on my own link.
All I gotta do is end this mother trucker.
No, don't do that. Don't be that guy.
I wouldn't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
No, we're having too much fun. Come on.
Oh, wow. Hey, by the way, I don't know if y'all are watching, but Washington just went up 27-24.
I see that. Yeah.
Okay. There's still 12 minutes left in the fourth. But yeah, they're up.
Dude, this is more the game I expected.
What else we got going on?
Dana said she sent Brandy a picture of the drink from
She
Texas
did. We're
Hill.
looking at it. It's the ocean water. Yeah, it's the ocean water in a fish bowl. Not
Hey.
a fish bowl, but a fish bowl.
Hey, Jake, Blythe used our I have Venmo.
I have been both.
I has Venmo.
me and Blythe got some business to settle.
I wonder if they'll let me walk in the distillery.
I'd be okay with
they're
that.
coming over.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. There's nobody really here.
Okay, fine. Oh shit.
But
All right.
maybe.
I mean,
We'll figure
all you
something
can do is ask.
All I can do is that. I feel like I don't even have to do that when I'm here.
Yes, if literally anybody else was there, Nick, Laney.
I don't know. I'll figure something out. Man, that is really good. Hey, I don't know if you saw this earlier. They dipped it in blue wax. Shit. Blue wax.
Ooh. So I sent. Did you? Are you looking at the Discord, Jake?
Yes.
I hate when y'all do the Discord without me.
I sent Brett some samples, and one of them was the 15-year American Light whiskey,
Oh,
and he loved it.
fantastic.
Jake, did you see the picture that Ryan posted though?
I'm about to.
He said I'm about to. I'm guessing
That's
that's
funny stuff.
that's got to be the snowflake from Stranahan.
Well, too bad I didn't. My wife done shut the bank account down. I can't be getting
Right.
myself,
So. What up?
hey, if I want to buy anything at Longhorn Liquor, I can't buy anything else.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Still cutting live. Were you?
Oh, you
Ke-
want it?
I may want it. I don't know.
Kevin
I
has
gotta figure out how much. I gotta figure out how much I'm paying for it.
Kevin has confirmed it is 100% the snowflake.
So it's really 175.
Only because we only released 40 of them, and then each one is individually labeled because we're gonna have a 10-year bottle next. So
Yeah,
out of that, pack.
Roy.
So we're trying to make it longer and longer.
Roy,
And so each bottle is labeled what number it was, and then autographed by both the owners.
Gotcha.
can I
Yes,
pay?
what?
Can I pay for it via Cash App and or credit card over the phone?
Fuck, I don't know.
I legitimately want that bottle.
You gonna pay $175 for that bottle?
I mean, you.
If
I
y'all
mean,
would stop
technically, you
talking
could-
about it on the live, quit
I mean, you
saying
could
the
technically
price.
Pay me if you wanted to.
3 times. What do you? Don't get on me about it. He said it 3 times.
I'll buy it. You can just pay me for it.
Hey, it's coming home.
Okay.
You can just pay me later for it. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Fantastic.
There's. I
So
love.
we're going to review it next week.
I love y'all.
So
I
we're
love
going
you.
to review it next week. And don't tell me that.
I love you.
He's all like, "I love you." But yeah, so
Look, Bucky, I'm the sentimental one, not you. No, stop.
Shit,
Okay?
babe, you said you were going to sleep.
here's the two. So I figured out the 2 reasons why it's
Oh my God.
so expensive. Okay.
All right, so give us the
They only
breakdown.
So they only did 40 bottles. That's it. Each one's numbered. Each one is signed by Nick and Greg, which, if you remember, Greg has the really nice beard that I fondled when we were here. Yes, that one.
I'll send
and
you a
the other reason-
snippet, Jake. I'll send you a snippet of him going like this.
So the other reason, too, is they're actually aging some of that to get a 10-year.
Ooh.
So that'll be something to look for in about 5 years. So
I love you, honey.
But
Let
yeah.
me, babe. I love you. Let me know what I need to do. I'm just letting you know it's happening. So
I can tell you what you're going to be doing. And you
hey, I'll tell you what. I'll break the cost with you. Pay me half. We'll go halvesies.
that's fine.
You in
Whatever.
for halvesies?
Yeah. I mean, if that's what we're gonna do,
Nice.
that's fine. Okay. We can do
Okay,
that.
That's what we'll do.
Okay. I can do that.
Yep. Fantastic. We'll go and have these.
It's
doing
just
a lot of
fixing it.
ads.
I like it.
I'm going to do this other bottle we talked
What?
Oh,
What'd he say?
shit. Say it one more time, Jake.
Bucky's going to have on a lot of stuff. He tried to split a bottle with me earlier. This wants me to break Texas.
Bucky's almost on the verge of having a problem. Almost.
Bucky,
He's-
intervention. Does Visa need to deny you?
Visa loves me.
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure it does.
and PayPal.
And Cash App and Venmo and God knows what else.
God almighty.
You guys suck. My wife is watching. I'm just letting you know.
What's your problem? Not my problem.
Hey, if you don't want her to know, you should have said it.
This is true. I wouldn't say it if I
Yes.
didn't want her to know.
God,
All right.
that's awesome. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here.
Yep.
I'm gonna let y'all wrap it up. If you want to use a last call for it, you can go ahead and use this one. Spilling whiskey is the adult equivalent of losing a balloon. You're welcome.
I had one too. So.
You're welcome.
Jake,
I'll leave with that one.
That's perfect because Jake spilt whiskey.
It's like losing a balloon, isn't it, buddy?
Oh shit!
Yeah, now my pants are sticky.
Never a good sticky.
So wait a minute. You said your pants are sticky?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're officially in Gentlemen After Dark, right?
yes, we are.
So I mean, your wife just got home, right?
Oh yeah.
Does she like whiskey?
She's about to learn to.
Quit it! Oh!
On that note, I'm out, guys.
Thank you,
Y'all have
Roy.
fun.
Thank you. We'll see you
All right.
next week, buddy.
Oh
Oh
man.
man! All right. Shit.
This is just a little taste of what the Whiskey Fest is gonna be for us all together in the same room.
Oh man. Y'all need to try to come down earlier.
Best I can do is Friday. I'm sorry.
All right, fine.
Hey,
Oh shit.
we just need to have time to hang out on Friday.
Yes, for sure.
All of us in a room together is gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be outrageous. Oh shit. All right.
Throw Ryan in there too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's gonna be too much fun.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
So,
It's 10:18.
yes.
I thought my wife went to sleep. I'm apparently somewhat getting in trouble. Oh, shit. Hold on. I missed what happened, and now they're showing a replay. Oh!
Good catch.
Nice catch.
Yeah. The Gorians Washington's about to take this game over. There's only 6 minutes left in the game. They score a touchdown here, the game's over.
Liberty won
What?
earlier.
How much they win by?
It was 49-35, I think is what it said.
How beautifully wrapped this is.
Oh, hey, Sarah. It's so beautiful.
Bucky said it's so beautiful. She's wrapping my grandmother's Christmas present. We bought her a griddle. Yeah, it's very pretty, honey.
It's so pretty.
We're closing the podcast.
All right, we're shutting it down. You need to go. I need to go. We all need to go. All right.
It's been good times.
Good. I'm so glad. Did you honestly? Did you enjoy it?
Oh yes.
Good.
I drank more whiskey tonight than I've drank in a long time.
Well, get used to it because in just in about a month. Hold on, I can tell you the exact time if you give me just a minute.
Should be 35 days.
35 days, 19 hours, and 40 minutes to the second, actually. So
So here's the question: would you have me back?
yes,
Okay.
100%.
Are you lying to me?
No, this has been such. Actually, for your first time, this has been so much. This has been a ton of fun. It really has. You've been super entertaining. Words are hard, especially after a few drinks.
4 to be exact. So
Right? No, but seriously, anytime you want to come back, I know we've said it multiple times for multiple guests, but anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome. We'll figure out how to do all this. It'll be a lot easier if Roy's in studio because we can.
Yeah, we definitely need to do one with Roy there.
Yeah, because we can split it where we're all kind of halfsies on the screen. Kev said, "Love y'all, love you too, Kev."
Deuces, Kev. All love, even though still screw Ohio State.
That Ohio State.
The Ohio State stuck on this.
Woo! Uncut, unfiltered.
Don't want my opinion, don't ask.
Oh shit, that's good. But seriously, I cannot wait till January. I know we talk about it, we joke about it, we all the things. I'm genuinely excited about January. I know we've talked about like y'all moving here, and there's been ups and downs, and this and that and the other. But I am genuinely excited about January. I cannot wait to have you and Sarah here, for y'all to meet me and my wife, Roy and his wife, and just honestly and genuinely hang out together, drink some good whiskey. We're gonna have a good time.
And we're gonna hopefully hang out with Shawan when we're there.
Yes, for sure.
It's gonna be good.
Blythe said, "See you guys in the Discord." Yes, for sure. We'll be talking more shit in the Discord, as always.
Second profession.
Exactly. Dude, I'm so glad I took my blood pressure medicine today, because people talking shit on Buc-ee's just had me on another level.
Did you like how I said, first of all, both beaver hugs are not corn pops.
No, they're not. But you gotta love it, and that's the community we're building. That's what we're wanting, as far as what we're doing, what Ryan's doing, all of it built. Like, that was so much fun, just talking all that crap and explaining everything, and all of it, just the good fun nature of everything we do.
Yeah, Kevin don't know nothing about that fresh brisket on the board.
That's right. Fresh sandwich on the board. Oh shit. Effing corn pops. That's what Kev said. Effing corn pops, not porn cobs. Not porn cobs. I don't even know anymore. Sherwan, love you too, brother. Have a good evening. This show is no longer functional. It is dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional triple X up in there.
All right, we got to pour one up. All right, pick one. Pick something.
I still got some.
What do you got?
Actually, what do I have?
I don't know.
Oh, Lux Road.
Double single barrel?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go Penelope 9-year, because that's what we started the show with. That's what I'm going to end the show with.
I'm sorry. When you got all this whiskey besides you.
I know, right? It's hard to not. I keep looking at the wall, and we're going to give everybody a glimpse of what we've done with the studio next week whenever Roy's back in studio. We'll also have Mike Wright in studio. I know we took last week off, and it kind of sucked. I missed everybody. Kevin, I missed you. Jake, obviously I missed you, but we talk all the time anyway.
Hey, that's the game. Oregon Washington scored a touchdown.
Oh, shit. With 2:44 left.
Yeah.
We actually did a lot of work in here, and it looks really good. There's a lot more space. There's a lot more. It looks good. There's whiskey on the wall. I'm excited to show everybody. I really am. And we had a good Thanksgiving. We all spent Thanksgiving with our families and friends on separate nights. I hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving.
My Thanksgiving was highly questionable.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I even asked. I was like, Jake, can you just not crack one open? And he, nope. Not here. Shut up.
My larceny was sitting in the car.
Shit. No, that's good. All right. So I'm going to do the thing. And then I need you to take Roy's place. I asked you.
Oh, I got one.
This is a big honor, and I asked you if you could come up with one.
I got one.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Last call for alcohol.
Some people say the end of a bottle is a bad thing. I say it's just an excuse to pop another bottle.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Hey, I came with that by myself, actually.
I'm proud of you. That was a good one. You should be proud of yourself. Jake, I cannot thank you enough for joining me this evening.
That was great, man. Thanks for having me. I had a great time.
Good. I am glad. Cannot wait to have you here in January. Obviously, you're invited back anytime. We're definitely doing this again in the future.
We did a 2.5. We did like a 3-hour show.
Yeah, you're approaching Mike Wright territory now. Thank you This has been so much fun.
Anytime you want me on, just let me know.
For sure. As always, us have been the Functional Gentlemen. I am Bucky. He is Jake. The one that was here over here in this corner was Roy. As always, check us out at Function Your Way on all social media platforms. Jake can be found at Bama Bourbon Hunter on Instagram. Please check him out. He is doing written reviews, and they are outstanding. I want to tell you that now. They are outstanding. Read his reviews. So good.
Thanks, buddy.
No, thank you. There's not enough written reviews anymore. It's all short form content. It's all this, that, and the other. I'm going to slam a bottle. Even I do it myself with the Delicious thing now. His written reviews are really, really good and well thought out. Follow at Bama Bourbon Hunter. Even you said it. It's hard to... It's a thing. At Bama Bourbon Hunter.
I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
So makes you...
Nobody even likes Bama. All right. This has been awesome. Thank you, Jake. You've got my number. We're going to text after this. Blythe, you have been here since hour 1. I cannot thank you enough. Sherwan, thank you for the smoke of the week. This has been amazing. The King, go out, buy it. HeartOfALionCigars.com. Find it there. You can get merch. You can get cigars. They're all amazing. We're getting the flock up out of here. Jake, I'm hitting the button. I'll see you. Hit it. What?
Welcome, horns.
Ah!
My tongue get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you.